Big up, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another funeral for Chelsea Football Club. The 64th episode of American Waffle. Big up. Joining us on the panel today, we have the regulars. Let's be honest. I guess, Ahmed, you aren't really a regular, but you're kind of a regular, but you're not a regular. But either way, big up. Welcome to the show. And we got Sheik representing the Manchester United side.
Yeah.
Sheik, how you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, besides football, obviously great, but football has been definitely a challenging few weeks. But excited to make my debut on the show. Shout out to everyone, shout out to the panelists. Make sure you guys are running up the like, subscribing to everyone as well. And yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. A lot to discuss. Was hoping my debut would be a lot more exciting rather than depressing. But it is what it is, and we're gonna get into it. At least I'm not the only one. There's Chelsea with me as well. So yeah,
Yep.
At least I'm not the only one.
Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna get started. Don't even let's just skip the fucking preambles here.
Oh,
Let's
bro,
skip the
really?
fucking
Not
preambles.
really? Really?
Yeah.
Right after bounce ups, you're not even gonna take me to dinner.
Right-
You're just
right
gonna go
off
straight to it. No dinner?
Right off the bounce. No, we don't need any. We don't need any RSM.
No
I'm putting
lipstick.
I'm putting you into the
Wow.
cell box here because
I
you
like
have some explaining to do. So does Marshall. But Marshall looks so depressed he doesn't even look like he can talk. So Ahmed, I'll hand it off to you next. But RSM,
I mean,
what happened?
I mean, it's
happened?
just,
and then I'm gonna ask questions, and then I have questions.
Yeah.
no, that's fine.
Questions.
That's fine.
Uh,
I mean, listen, man, it's a shambles. I don't know what you want me to say. You know, it's Friday. It's the day of love. You feel me? And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get, I'm gonna get, you know, I'm gonna get my dub, and then I'm gonna go about my night. You feel me? Little did I know, on that day, 2 fuckings would take place for me, and the first one was with Chelsea and
Two
Brian,
fuckings
bro.
is crazy.
I'm telling you, like, I don't know what possessed the players that day. Like, when I'm telling you, Peak had lost, by the way, and I've never, like, at this point, I'm like, bro, we need to wipe out the entire back line. Like, like the center backs, every center back, bro. Like, I'm telling you, when we have Levi Cole, bro, go down with basically no contact, his ass is on the floor, bro. He's crying, bitching, moaning, whining to the ref as the Brighton players are literally storming into our box. You feel me? Bro, they're
Big up
storming
Minte.
into the
Big up
box.
Minte. Big up Minte. Great.
You know,
play.
like, again, a preview
Minte.
of what was gonna happen later tonight
Minte.
for me. Storming into the box, you feel me? And then we got scored on, bro. And when, bro, I tell you, when the ball went in the back of the net, that's when I then saw Cole back into the frame. Like a full minute after the play started, that was his fault trying to run out of the back line. And so the back line is a complete mess, 100%. And then we have the offense, bro. We aren't doing anything. I'm telling you, it is the same. I think maybe the past 2 weeks, the exact same play, bro. No urgency from anybody. We're passing side to side. We're passing the wingers, and the wingers are doing jack shit. Nobody's doing anything. And then we want to talk about Maresca. Maresca, big man, thank you. You said after the FA Cup. You said after the FA Cup, we are going to change the tactics. Thank you, boss man. 1 shot on target on the second game. Excellent change of tactics, bro. You really shook it up with that one. You really, changed the levels of what happened during the FA Cup to the Prem game. You feel me? You really got me with that one. And then speaking about the players, like I just don't know what to say. They all look maybe like Bard, Cucurella, and Caicedo, who are getting ran into the ground. Everybody else looks so disinterested, bro. Nobody cares. Literally, it's just a lack of mentality. Nobody cares in this
Even
team,
Palmer?
bro. Nobody cares in this team. Well, Palmer's
Even
just lazy.
Palmer?
He's been shit, but he's been lazy, bro. Like he's also lazy. Nobody in the team is
Would you
pressing.
say they're
Nobody
acting
to do
like
anything.
a bunch of overvalued, spoiled children?
But like I would say that if they were on high wages, but they're getting paid like
every time.
they're not even getting paid that much.
Yeah, but
Like
they're getting
they
paid.
haven't even accomplished anything to be
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
overspoiled or
whoa.
have like a big ego.
Don't try to say that being guaranteed for 9 years to make 80,000 pounds a week is not that much.
Bro, we say that, and bro. You say that, bro. Fucking Viega got guaranteed 9 years. That brother's in fucking Italy right now. That means jack shit to these people. You got
Yeah, but
understand.
someone's
that. Like,
paying that
can move on.
contract, bro. It doesn't matter.
No, but
Because
that's
if you
fine.
sell someone- if you
They're
sell
covering
someone
they're
somewhere
covering the
else-
wages. I'll tell you, we're gonna move them on. Like when you say it's like, oh, they're guaranteed, they're just gonna sit here, not gonna do it. It's not that. It's a mentality thing. Why?
no,
Because I'm
I'm
telling
not
you, bro. When you have a reason to ball, you will ball. And I'm telling you, these players do not have the mentality to. When you have that poverty in you, you gonna ball. Trust me. Why do you think Caicedo's still been dropping good
But
performances even through
You're
this
not
shit run?
understanding what I'm
telling
saying,
you.
RSM. Like it's not about it's not about Chelsea paying that money. It's about the fact that you're overvaluing an 18-year-old and giving him a professional contract guaranteed for 9 years. If I sell him to someone else, that contract is still there. Like
Does literally does what 18-year-old was on that pitch?
Yeah, and like
okay,
what 18-year-old
I'm
has
just using a
Bro,
like,
everybody in the
18,
pitch was like
21,
22, 23.
you
Like,
understand- okay, listen, if we want to
Yeah,
get
they're
into the
gonna hang up
semantics
on
about the
18.
exact
Yeah.
age,
Yeah.
okay, whatever, but you understand the point that I'm trying to make.
no,
Someone
I understand. I just don't.
unproven, guaranteed that money because if you sell him, someone else has to pay that. You've guaranteed it for the next 9 years. He's making this much money a week. Like,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
well, that's
sure.
not how it works. If a
That's
player
not
is
how it
in the
works.
club,
But
then
it's
they
literally not
agree
how
to
that works, bro.
forfeit
Like
that money.
when they go to the next
only
club, the
way-
club could offer them lower wages and they could still accept it. Like,
Yeah,
they're not guaranteed to get paid the
and
same thing as us.
and
Like,
the player could refuse the move.
Yeah,
yeah, bro. But
that's true. It's
no,
like
the player,
a lot
player
of
could refuse the
people-
move. But bro, I'm telling you, like, I just don't see that becoming a big issue. Like in terms of selling people, like trust me, when it comes to selling people, I'm not worried about this club fucking selling people. Trust me. Like I really don't. I think one of the few things that I can say is this club knows how to sell. That's that's one thing I can say.
Well, yeah, but the thing is though, like what Daz is saying does make sense though,
Ahmed, is that a tennis ball?
because
Or a
like
baseball?
when certain
Oh,
players
man, you know what it is.
are like, but like when certain players are on big money, right? It's kind of similar with like Manchester United and Rashford.
Okay,
Like,
so who's
to
on
get
big
him
money
off
then?
the books.
Can you tell me who's on big money?
Say it again. No,
who's on big money
I'm
at
talking
Chelsea?
about just what Daz is saying in general.
No, I just like, I agree.
80,000
Hard
pounds
to
a week
sell.
for a 21-year-old is big money. I'm sorry. Like, we're
Like,
not
I mean, that is
hard
definitely
to
above
sell
the minimum wage for like a
No,
21-year-old.
but that's fine. Okay, but which okay,
making
and
a
I'm gonna
year's
say,
salary. He's making 3 times the average year's salary of an impoverished person.
He's almost making my yearly salary.
Oh,
He's
wait.
almost making my yearly salary. Almost making my yearly salary. See?
no, but that's fine. But these players, like, but even in the grand scheme of football, that isn't an insane amount. Like I don't just, like, you're gonna give a 21-year-old like what 80,000, and that's I'm supposed to be mad about that. Like I don't know what you want me to tell you.
no,
Like, you want to pay these brothers
the
minimum
money-
wage
the
just because
money-
they're
the money
18?
isn't-
Like
RSM, the
I know what you want me to
isn't the
tell
point.
you.
It's not
It's
the
money
it's not
isn't
the
the
money.
point.
It's
It's
the
the
years.
press-
So it's the length of contract. That's fine. So
It's
the
the
length of
precedent.
contract, 80,000. You feel me? Like I don't see that being an issue. Again, once again, like we moved players on. I don't think that's
It's just
gonna be
a
an issue.
mental thing. That's all. The only
You're
point I'm
talking
making
about
is
mentality.
But for
of
me,
these
the
players. You're
mentality
talking about
thing,
getting that ball.
for me, the mentality thing is not due to the wages at all. Because if that was the case, why were they playing good at the start of the season? Why were they flying high? I think it just has to do with their youth, with their inexperience. Because young players, bro, they like to just like ride the highs. But when the lows get low, they don't know how to pick themselves up. We don't have anybody who can do that for them. And
You're a young
again,
man, right,
and again, like it gets even worse when we talk about the fact that we literally have no out and out striker. We have 0 out and out strikers, and it's gonna plague us for the remainder of the time that is the case. We don't have anybody. We literally have nobody.
I don't think you lost this weekend because you don't have any out and out strikers.
Yeah.
No. Trust me, it is a no. That's like
You have
if you did,
nobody
if
that
you
can-
no,
you have
no.
nobody that can
You're
hit the
talking
net.
to an Arsenal fan right now, or
No. Oh yeah, you're right.
The fuck does that mean?
I mean, he's not lying. He's not lying. I can't lie, bro. I can't. No. But the thing is, no. Vader's spitting facts though, because I'm saying if you look at this bad
I
run
mean,
that we've been
are
in,
you trying to tell me
You
Mikel
hope I
Moreno
always
isn't a
say
real
facts.
striker? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No. If we look at these past, this poor form that we've been in, a couple of these losses maybe could have been draws, or some draws could have been wins. If we had an actual out and out 9 that was doing something at the end of these chances that we're creating, but we don't have anybody who really knows how to shoot in the squad. and that used to be Cole, but Cole's going through a bad patch of form. And and this is where I disagree with a lot of Chelsea fans who are like, oh, Cole is going to leave us. We have to worry about it. Bro, if Cole's playing shit, just Cole's playing shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about you. No. Like, it's like other fans, like, on Twitter. Like, I see it all the time. Like, oh,
No, that sounds like Marshall to me. That sounds like Marshall to me, mate. You know what I mean? That sounds like Marshall to me, mate. You know?
Stop, bro.
No. It does sound like Marshall to me.
Stop the Civil War gimmick, bro. End the Civil War gimmick.
That's the Civil War gimmick. I literally crashed up because of Marshall talking about profits. Listen, believe me. That's why I'm saying that.
No, but seriously, like, I do think
before I sell these stocks, this is not what I invested.
No, it's fine. You can go ahead and sell stocks, bro.
Are you selling on Inso?
No, baller still. Cole Palmer's a baller as well. Jaden Sancho's still a baller. I rate their players. They're just failing at the moment, and
that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Sancho's been shit lately.
No, Sancho's been he's been non-existent.
I don't trust your stock evaluations right now, based off your portfolio and how.
Like, these are good players. Like, let's not act like Chelsea have a team full of scrubs. It's just they need a few pieces and they're bored. I just don't think that they're actually trying to build a contending team. That's why I want to sell my stocks possibly, because it looks like Chelsea are about to become a selling club based off the profile of players that they want to buy. Like, we all know, Chelsea needed a striker. Chelsea needed a defender. Chelsea needed a goalkeeper. January comes, they're being linked to Garnacho. Deadline day, they go and sign some kid from France that I've never heard of before, who's young as well. So I just
but it doesn't even matter, by the way. That kid's not for the first team, by the way. That kid was they literally said it, by the way. Our side chick got more first team signings than we did. Just so y'all understand where we were at with that winter window.
Strasbourg?
Yeah, Strasbourg. They got in like a winger. They got in a backup striker, and that kid that we bought is for next season, so we can give it to them when we get Andre Santos back.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like,
nice.
We did literally nothing. Cool. We just lost depth in the window. Amazing.
So, like, the Chelsea fans trust their board? Like, do you guys feel confident heading in?
Well, we have to separate it, because we're not. This is where I think a lot of. This is where I think a lot of Chelsea fans.
Marshall, what's up, Marshall?
Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Somebody's being a little dramatic. Oh,
yeah, that's
I'm in hell right now.
Yeah, Marshall.
I'm not okay. I'm
Right,
burning.
I'm
burning alive right now.
Let's hear
To
from
answer your
Marshall.
question, that answers your question right there. I do not trust this board. I do not trust this ownership. Listen, I'm the Chelsea fan here. Ahmed can tell you, RSM can tell you, and these guys as well to a certain amount. I like to give a lot of benefit of the doubt to a lot of people. The board, the ownership. I try to come from a place of understanding. Like, why would you do this? Certainly, if you're a billionaire, you know what it takes to be a billionaire and run something successfully, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be a billionaire. So surely there's a method to the madness. As far as I'm aware right now, we're just in madness. There is no method. And it just, to me, it makes no sense. You had two strikers that, as much as CJ says, like, you can't say that you lost the game because of a striker. When you look at how bad we look without Nicholas Jackson, and the fact that we don't have a backup for him, that just, to me, is like, and you guys all went through it with your directors as well and your signings. It's just like, bro, it gets to a point, like, do these clubs care about winning anymore? Like, are we turning into like a league where, outside of Vader, maybe, do clubs care about winning anymore? Because I'm not seeing any winning signings.
Good question.
Liverpool are clearly a club that looks to win.
I think Liverpool.
No, but they don't spend either. No, but they don't spend either, though. Yeah.
Financially speaking, no, but we make smart investments.
Vader,
we don't spend a lot of money, but we invest smartly.
It's big clubs.
No, but let's not get hung up in the financial. Liverpool have literally competed the last 4 or 5 years in all phases. They've fallen short, but they've been in the mix. So I wouldn't.
And we've also
been in the mix. Yeah,
let's not.
The complaints that they haven't spent in order to take them over the line in those years that they've competed, and that's a complaint for Liverpool. But it's financially, they haven't spent. They didn't spend anything this summer itself.
And listen,
not even anything in January.
Right now, people will say about Liverpool.
Manager, they did it right.
But the people say right now about Liverpool, like, they're signing being Chiesa. Some of us kind of thought like, oh, Chiesa might be a good signing. It's been a shit signing for them, and at the end of the day, like, who's to say what's going to happen next season if and when one of those three, Salah, Van Dijk, and so on, move on, right? We'll see what happens with Arne Slot. That'll be something we talk about maybe in the Liverpool section. But as far as Chelsea goes, man, like, I know right now, like, we could be a win and a few losses from other teams away from being back in top 4, but bro, it's getting exhausting. It's honestly getting exhausting watching this team like do the reverse Pochettino.
Marshall,
like
I don't know if it's the lighting,
really
but it
hard.
looks like
That's the concern.
your eyes are red.
Yeah, dude, because I'm fucking
Is it
livid.
from crying? Is it from
I'm
crying?
boiling. It's
Crying
honestly
question
from
mark?
being exhausted, but it's also from crying. Yeah,
You know what?
it's
I have a
100%
question for the
crying.
Chelsea fans. How much money have you guys given Brighton over the last few years?
I want to say at least
Good. Like,
maybe
wasn't it like
half a
250?
million.
Yeah,
Half a million?
I don't think-
Not
I
half
don't
a
think
million. I'm sorry, half a billion. Half a billion.
Yeah, because I feel like you guys are
Yeah.
always like taking players from them. I know that you guys had Graham Potter. His
Man,
whole
you paid them to
staff.
fuck you.
It's basically
Mhm.
just crazy how they dunk on you twice, back to back games.
You know,
And
we-
you know what's
so-
crazier? Like,
Yeah, it's
I don't know. I think RSM alluded to this, but like the fact that in that FA Cup tie, I was saying on here, like, bro, that is easily the worst game I've seen from Chelsea. And then Chelsea was like, yo, hold my beer. And then they did it. They topped it. They made it even worse than the following game.
They hit
And,
that.
like,
They hit that.
this-
That Usher. Watch this.
Yeah.
They hit a worse performance, bro.
And to speak on it too, like on the game itself, like the first 20 minutes, we looked good. Like we were like, okay, cool. I see a little bit of a wake up call. There's something there. And then the moment, and this is like the game, not even like the FA Cup game. FA Cup game was a game that it spoke on every level of the club. This one reiterated that every level of the club, like this is like symbolic of how bad we've been run, right? And you look at after 20 minutes when Nani Madueke fell, we reverted to type. Pedro Neto getting locked up by Lamptey. Jadon Sancho doing fuck all. You know, our defense. Oh my God, our defense. I literally tweeted out and said,
what type are you talking about? Refer to type.
clueless, not knowing what to do up front, creating zero chances, getting locked up, doing nothing, like not looking up for it or even inspired to try to, or motivated to try to get a result. And you look at that defense, bro, all three goals from ridiculous defensive errors. Absolutely ridiculous. Bro, I am pretty sure, and I'll put my chest and my manhood on this, I'm pretty sure Fabinho and Henderson center back pairing would have probably done a better job back there. That's how bad we looked. And this is supposed to be a Levi Colwell that is
Generational.
you know, generational, one of the best Cobham graduates that to come out of Chelsea, and Trevor Chalobah that he was our best center back last season, and he's gonna come back and be our best center back this season, bro. I'm pretty sure Axel Disasi at Aston Villa is doing a better job than Disposo. Like both of them look horrific.
Levi Colwell was
A
awful.
positive is
No.
Shout out Brick Nation, man. Shout out Brick Nation.
Can't believe some Chelsea fans said they would rather have Levi Colville and his development over Guardiola when those
Wow.
talks were going
Oh,
on.
wow.
I remember that.
Wow.
I remember that.
Whoever said that is a horrible.
I
take.
remember
Just
that.
delete your YouTube.
Oh, it's
or
because they didn't want to
Twitter or
hurt
whatever.
Colwell's
Hindsight's
development.
2020.
So,
Hindsight's 2020.
Not
Yeah,
even
but
true,
like you
because
could
they-
tell,
Speaking of,
Vardy
hold on
owns,
real quick
yeah.
before we
You don't
continue.
need
I want to
hype
give
track
the
for that, Mike.
Mike. I want to give the mic over to Ahmed because I think he has some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need some Somali waffle here.
mistake.
Before we hand it over.
Wait a minute.
before we
Wait
hand
a
it
Doesn't
over-
Dribble
sound
some
that
syrup on
appetizing
top
anyway.
of everything we've already heard. Dribble
Before
some
we hand it
syrup.
over to him, I'm gonna take RSM off real quick because my layouts are all screwed up. You guys don't like what people are saying? Super chats, blue super chats, 5 minutes, green 10 minutes,
Waffles.
orange 20 minutes, red 30 minutes. You might as well buy the channel at that point if you give me a red super chat. So guys, above all else, smash the fucking likes and subscribe to everybody on this panel. Excellent content creators, except for Das, who doesn't really have a channel unless he wants to play EAFC. Let's go ahead and
Somali waffle.
let's go ahead and hand it over to
combination.
my guy. No, and you were to follow up on what you said in the group chat. By the way, to follow up on what you said in the group chat. Ahmed.
Great group chat today, by the way.
Yeah, great group chat. Great group chat. What happened to Cole Palmer?
You know, listen, don't do that to me because you know I've been saying for the longest time here. You can check me out on Bridge Nation. Okay. think that's for you, Das. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, you can check me on Marshall channel or even on my own channel, right? I've been speaking a lot about the performances of Cole Palmer for like I think since Everton. So you know,
is it this guy who should be answering for it then?
Listen, there's others around me that should be answering for it. That's what I would just say at the very least. You know, I remember one of the things I was talking about is that he was scoring goals, but then the performances are poor. But then what's happened now is that it's now become no goals and assists, and then his performances have been really poor as well, right? And at the end of the day, he's looking very lethargic. I don't know why that is. He's only played one game a week, no Conference League really, only played that one FA Cup fixture as well at the end of the day. And you know, for me, fundamentally, he needs to wake up. Not just him, of course, but like if I'm talking about specifically him, because he's one of our star players, I need him to be giving me performances on a regular basis. So it's really as simple as that for me. You know, and you know, I think our team, our guys just mentioned about the back line. The back line, I should say. My apologies, right? And you know, yesterday that Mitoma goal, yeah, I've got a prop for this because you know I read this comic on a regular basis myself. You know, I actually collect this comic. You know, this guy. You know, if you don't know who this guy is, this guy has a certain moveset in the comic book, or as manga as they call it in Japanese, where he did the same move as Mitoma did to score. You know, so I just want to put it out. We getting anime moves done on us. Just deep that, bro. Our defense is losing to anime moves. Yikes. And the reality is, yeah, our back line in completely barring our fullbacks, in my honest opinion, wow,
W chat.
Wow, W's in the chat for Banner.
W in the chat, bro.
Free my boy Dodge.
Because you said you're always right.
Free my boy Dodge.
That's
good facts from the cell.
Yeah.
What is that, 20 minutes? Is that a 20-minute? We'll call
10 minutes. It's a 10 minute.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yep. Goodbye.
Yeah, you know, reality is, guys. Yeah, our back line needs to be deported. All of them need to be like leave my club. They're all trash, rubbish. Whatever you call it.
It's a 20-minute one. That's orange.
It's a 20-minute. No, it's a 20-minute one. It's 20.
Oh, is it 20? My apologies. Wrong.
Yeah.
Okay,
hold up. To be fair to Vader, I will answer. I will answer the Cole Palmer question because obviously he was gonna lead up, you know, do the build up and ask me the question. So to be fair, at least I'll answer because it's 20 minutes.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, guys, backline is poor. Our strike force right now, you got Pedro Neto, trash. Cole Palmer, trash. Christopher Nkunku. We should just sell him at this point. Danny
Phantom, bro. I'm going ghost. You feel me? Like
Jaden. I'm gonna start. What is it? What do you call Jaden Scamcho? Yeah, I'm getting scammed right now. You know, if what he's giving me right now, I am feeling like a bit scammed right now. But reality is, man, you know, I did like a double. I feel like there's like 11 players that I probably would say it should stay in my squad, including backups and substitutes. Right, that is out of 25, like 25 man gone. And now if you deep it, 11 out of 25. We've been rebuilding. Now we've got to do another rebuild on the rebuild. Crazy. You know what I mean?
Contracted the cheap guy to do the foundation. Then we found out,
he found all the issues.
This is like
redo the whole thing.
Exactly. I like, you know what's crazy? Like Maresca on some level, you know, the alarm bells are going Nino because it's not looking good of him. It's not looking good for him too.
Alarm bells are
Renato Vega, is playing in the same place as Levi Cole, bossing it, bro. He got man of the match today against Inter Milan. He's been playing really well for that team for the last three games or 4 games.
He's been bossing it in center back, bro.
And it's uncomfortable conversations. Managers not using players that are actually usable when they're on the bench.
And you know what?
And he's not changing his tactics either, bro. And he's not going to change his tactics either.
You nailed you hit the nail on the head, bro. It's like, you know, Vader gets on me for not criticizing or all the criticism.
Hey yo. Marshall's got the red one, man. Sexy night, yeah? Chill out, big man.
He's demon time, bro.
No, but like, you know.
Yeah, I've been in college. I know what the red lights mean. I know
Vader presses me constly about the fact that I was so critical on Pochettino and not really doing much for Maresca. And you know what? After these 2 games, I gotta keep it 100. Maresca also has to hold blame Because when you have the team performing this bad consistently for what now 10, 11 games now, bro, that start like after a while it stops being the players and it starts. You had to start looking at the manager funny, and when you are persisting with Cole Palmer in the 10, who has not been working, you just the lack of ideas, the stubbornness, I'll even say, I think to an extent it is stubborn and not even lack of ideas. I'm sure Maresca knows how to set up a 4-4-2. I'm sure Maresca knows how to set up a 3-5-2. I'm sure Maresca knows how to set up different formations, but he's insisting on my wingers must overlap. Oh, my wingers must do this or all this and that. Like, bro, at some point, you got Nkunku and Palmer getting in each other's way. You keep admitting to yourself and keep telling yourself Nkunku's not a 10. Okay, so stop playing him as a 10. Figure out another way. Do something different. It's like Amrim. Like,
I think you meant as
bro,
a 9, but yeah.
A big problem is, Marsh, remember what I told you before about I like how these guys, when they come from like these Gen Z, I'm gonna call it Gen Z managers because that's what they deserve to be called now, right? They only have like one main style of play and then they like to tweak every now and then. And especially it becomes especially problematic when he's also from like this Pep Guardiola school managerial tree where this guy, he will change it, obviously Pep, when he thinks he needs a change, but realistically he has a way that that he's coming to play with.
And here's the thing that annoys me in this game specifically, right? Bro, you were on that touchline for the FA Cup. You saw what happened with the wingers you chose. So when Madueke fell, you literally resorted back to that tactic that didn't work.
Madueke Nation, man.
Literally
shame.
for the remaining
nations. You said my wicked, he went down. Stop it, bro.
Stop.
Your nation is
Your nations
crazy.
are
Literally
collapsing
stop.
on man.
Every nation
The only
is
one that's still
collapsed, bro.
standing is Barcola.
Stop
And this
with
guy
the
is
nation.
feeding the
Every
GDP
single-
from Barcola Nation is
Bro,
what's funding the rest of the nations right now.
This
Like,
man said,
are you
Olise
real,
Nation,
bro?
bro. Olise
The
Nation,
per capita
failed nation.
is collapsing.
Every nation I say they all do well,
Every
except Madueke.
But like when we look at the like what he did, dude, he insisted with Neto for how long did he go with Neto until he switched to Tariq George? 75th minute?
60th minute. It was
60th minute.
Yeah.
Bro, the moment you
Tariq kind of looked decent.
He actually did have
and
a
he
decent
looked
little
decent.
cameo.
He actually
Yeah, but
he
Marshall
actually
doesn't even
came
rate
on.
Tariq George. Marshall don't
No,
rate
I
Tariq
don't.
George.
I don't. But you know what? I don't rate
crazy.
Tariq George,
Like,
and
you
it's
talking
even
about
worse
people
because when
talking-
Tariq George
That's the
came
whole-
on, he fucking cooked Lamptey. So that's even worse from someone that I don't rate versus someone I
think-
do rate. It's like
That's the
crazy.
point.
Do you still
Yeah, I think
rate
that's the
do you
point.
still rate Neto playing in the blue?
I
don't
do.
think he's been
I
that
do.
impressive
That's
outside of
the-
Arsenal.
the-
No, you know what?
here's
No,
the
you know what it
problem.
is. You know what it is. You know, hold up. You know what it
That's
is. You know what it is, TJ. I said this before, but like there've been games this season where we've used Neto to the best of his abilities. Neto is not the type of winger you want to be getting the ball to his feet, bro. You want him to run at the ball in behind the defense. When we look at the goal, for example, the first assist he had for us in the Wolves game, it came from him running at a ball that was thrown to the back. You look at the Newcastle game that we had, same exact thing. Palmer finds him running into space, and that's how he gets his assist. Like when you give the ball to Neto with his feet, bro, he's gonna resort to crossing it. That's all he knows. He's gonna do a shimmy. He's gonna cross it,
And we don't have
that's
people
it.
that can head the ball.
And we don't have people like, and he's
yeah,
a
we don't have
decent
the
crosser.
profile.
We don't have anybody. Like the thing is, the best person we had was Cucurella.
Yeah.
Like
But RSM,
it's dead, bro. It's
This
so
is
dead.
where I go back to my point just to finish it, right?
You gotta look at
Is
Maresca,
that you got to look at Maresca because in that game, if you didn't want to switch Sancho to the right and Neto on the left because maybe it doesn't make sense, bro, the insistence on having Palmer as a 10 when it's not working, when his best position last season was in the right wing, bro, at least Palmer in the right wing, you have Neto that likes to cross the ball inside.
Oh my
What does
God,
Palmer like to
chill.
do? What does Palmer like to do? He likes to cut inside and take shots from that side of that side. It's a different profile. It's a
But
different-
you know what it is. But you just Marshall, hold up. And this is where I have to disagree with you a
What is
bit
it, like
because
trophy
I don't think it's
therapy?
just, and I don't even think it's just on. I don't even think it's just on Maresca. I think it's also on Cole because I'm looking at moments where we need Cole to be further ahead. Bro, he's playing as a 6. What is a polar bear doing
I think
in
the
Arlington,
problem
Texas,
is-
bro?
But I think the other issue is
Ahmed, real
Yeah.
quick.
Okay.
Ahmed, Ahmed. Like, here's the thing though. Like, you know the matchups you're going up against, right? We knew that the matchup from Lamptey to Neto wasn't gonna work, so switch it up. Because the same matchup that Palmer had in the middle, he similarly had the same matchup in the FA Cup to the one that we just lost. Switch it up. Different
but I
matchups.
think
This is part of
I
the
think
tactics.
I listen. I think that's fair. But I also think I just think that the manager at times has mishandled players. Like, you know, we used to criticize Poch for the left back situation, in Cole for the left back situation, right? And the way he handled that. I do think there's been a slight mismanagement of the way he uses players, in my eyes, to make his tactics work at the end of the day, right? But I think also for me with Palmer, it's not even just about the thing of you speaking about him being the 6 RSM. My other issue is, bro, he's not doing like
Headphones don't go loud when you do that.
he keeps on doing like the 6 meter pass, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he can't even do a 6 meter pass. He can't do like a simple pass. He's doing flicks and tricks. Keep it simple, big man. I don't need you to do that, bro. Make the right pass. That's all I ask for you, man. Make like he and like just let me take you back to like the Crystal Palace game, for example. Bro, it's because of him. It's him losing the ball and being so nonchalant, gimmick, caused us to lose that game.
Yeah.
You remember that one? We drew. My apologies, but like my issue at the end of the day, is that, and I think Arsenal took that mentality, right? This is a big part of this mentality issue is twofold. One is on the manager to be able to be setting that standard at the end of the day, and B,
I'm so correct, by the way.
and B is also down to the fact of poor squad planning, of not having again the right amount of youngsters, and then also have some level of experience. And again, that does not mean age. Again, for me, it has to be that is something that we've been missing for a while, in my personal opinion.
To be honest with you, as someone who's outside looking in for the past 2 seasons, I think that one of the major problems at Chelsea Football Club is the fact that no Chelsea supporter or Chelsea player or owner or anyone associated with the club is accepting the fact that they're lost. Like, you're lost. The rhetoric today is the same exact shit that I would hear at the midpoint of last season. But you've changed managers. You have new players.
But you're right. I wouldn't disagree with you. Yeah.
But you're saying the same exact stuff, right? So 2 things can be true. Maresca could be doing a poor job tactically, misusing players, but also the players might just not be good enough. And the excuse last season was, no, the players are good enough. The manager's just not.
Okay, whoever was telling you that.
Well, hold on. I'm not. Obviously, I'm not. It's not a blanket statement. It's not.
I know.
It's not everyone's good enough, right? Then in the first half of this season, it's okay, right? Got the new manager. He knows how to utilize these players. Then we get through halfway. Then we get through halfway through the season. Now all of a sudden, the fucking script is flipped. Like, at a certain point, Chelsea just has to recognize the fact that they're lost. They're stuck in shit, and it's almost like quicksand. You have to stay still for a second to figure out that you can't just shimmy your way out of this. And unfortunately,
but the thing is, like,
what was the equivalent of shimmying your way out of it? Though,
the thing is, like, what you're saying. Hold up, what you're saying, Das, is something that people already saying, because we already said with these sporting directors, because again, people like the owners are not leaving. Like legally, they're literally not gonna leave for like another 7-8 years. So there's no point in really like hounding on the owners. But the sporting directors, we already said it. Like, even if we sack Maresca, it doesn't matter if these sporting directors get to pick the next manager.
Exactly.
They get to continue guiding our windows. Like,
exactly.
The way that I would go about it is get a new sporting director in. If that sporting director wants to sack Maresca, let him sack Maresca. If he thinks that if they think that Maresca is going to be able to do a good enough job, I'm fine with that. Then let him keep Maresca. You feel me? But these sporting directors are what I think is really killing us.
How long is this?
Ever since
3 seasons now.
So he's been here for 3 years. Okay,
it's 2, by the way. There's 2 man too.
Okay, all right.
It's 2 of them, by the way.
How many managers?
The Chucklefuck brothers.
How many?
It's technically been 3. 3.
So, okay,
3.
So he's been here for 3 years with 3 separate managers, which means that based on that precedent,
it's 2. It's 2. Thus, it's 2 of them.
Okay, so 2 managers over 3 years.
No. It's 2 sporting directors. You keep saying he. It's 2 sporting directors.
Yes,
that's part of the issue.
You have dual.
Always sadly.
Yes, we have 2.
Dude.
We have 2.
My ignorance is failing me. Regardless.
This is another issue.
I don't know.
Too many cooks in the fucking kitchen.
I think we just fried Dawson's brain with that.
He's like, wait,
listen, bro. I'm like, I ended up. I had to wake up at 5:45 to watch this game. I didn't fall asleep till 3.
No, I think Das realized how much more of a mess we are than what he thought.
Regardless,
like,
regardless, it's just like, all I'm seeing is just a perpetual circle with Chelsea. Like, I just see a circle right now, and unfortunately, the only way to break that pattern is to go through shit. Like, you're not going to break that pattern without going through misery, right?
Yeah,
Liverpool
agreed.
had to do it. City had to do it, in one way or another. United had to do it in one way or another. Arsenal had to do it, right? I mean, like, technically they're not fully out of that circle yet, but they're pretty close. They're finishing in second now. I just think it's just a perpetual cycle of the same thing every season, and I think that it's going to take a massive, massive change, and that massive change might be a huge culture shift in the actual Chelsea community.
Well,
I think for me,
the thing is, Durbin.
No, I'm talking about like the fan. I'm not talking about on the pitch.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the fans
off the pitch,
bro. Like, I would say like 75% of the fans though have wanted clear like the ownership out, right? I think where the energy needs to shift is like they need to realize like the owners aren't leaving, so the campaign really needs to be sporting directors out. Like, we have to say this model that the sporting directors are insisting on is dead, bro. We're not gonna be where we want to be. Like, this is probably as far as it's going to get us. You feel me? Like,
yeah, but again, RSM, what you're saying, obviously, I've said this before. Marshall said this before. We've all said this before. But the problem is, you're never gonna get United front, A, which is the sad reality, like, of it at the end of the day, and B, we've got idiots that also exist that apparently just think something can happen when it cannot happen either. But like, I think in order for us to actually change stuff, at least within our means, as you said, sport directors need to go. And I think, obviously, there needs to be some level of, like, genuine reset. What I mean by genuine reset is that the guys that need to go all go. Whatever is left of the spine is then done properly. You actually fixed our issues spine-wise in terms of the goalkeeper, in terms of the centre-back, the striker position as well, right? And then you do that. If that means, I have to suffer another year of pain, I'm pretty sure all of me, Marshall and us I would take one more year of pain or something like, or even if it means
if it meant the sporting directors were gone, 100%.
Yes,
100%.
I would take that,
100%,
and there's a reset, a proper reset done, a rebuild done with the team. I genuinely
around the
say
players
yes.
that are actually worth it. I hear it.
Yes, exactly.
I probably stand alone on this one, right? But I mean, it's along the lines of what RSM was saying. When it comes to building around the players that are worth it, I think the players that are worth it, the spine, if you want to call it that, I think right now they're not up to snuff to get us what we want to get us, which is consistency. You're free, Vader. Get us consistency.
Yeah, you're free now.
And
You can
wins and all that stuff that we're desiring, right?
Free.
But I do believe that this
Why?
team,
What did I do?
I do believe that this team, minus the center backs, I think the center backs, we need to rehaul that whole defensive line because it's horrible. But
No, it's dire. This is dire.
No,
It can't be.
It's
I know.
in terms of the future of the team,
It can be your own people.
I really do believe that this team in 2-3 years will be consistently challenging for top 4 or even challenging for the title. I do think there's really, really good players in this team that you're just not there yet. If our sporting directors did what they were supposed to do last summer, which was hire experienced players to like kind of gel in with that and have proper like reinforcement and like bolstering of the squad, not just getting a João Felix for the sake of getting a João Felix. We didn't need a João Felix in the summer. Why did we get?
Samu, bro.
There was so many questionable signings in the summer. So I do think the team is there, but
big
there
up.
you go, Ahmed. We're not bolstering it to get the results we want now, the immediate results that we should be able to get as well as make progress towards what we want to do, which is compete for the title and so on.
Hold up, let Vader speak because I know he got stuff to say.
Somebody let Vader speak before he gets thrown back in jail.
Before he complains that Das was uninterrupted for the 1 minute.
Hey, when it's appropriate, I bring it up. I haven't had to bring it up today. I'm gonna say this real quick, and it was addressed a little earlier. You guys were talking about the effectiveness or Cole Palmer or the ineffectiveness of him. And again, I'm not going to go back and I'll revisit it. But guys, let's also take a moment and see sometimes when a club makes a decision to let players go, it's the right thing for both parties and not always doing the hindsight thing. Also with Cole Palmer, I think it's funny. And RSM didn't like me talking about the whole paradox last time we did this show. But
because you're misusing the word. That's not what it means.
No. Look up what a paradox is.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's not like you're using it in the. I know you understand what it means, but this scenario is not a paradox. It's not.
No, look at the problem that you guys are facing with regards to the world you want to live in with Maresca and the world that you are complaining about with Poch. And Cole Palmer, I think the best that we saw, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but the best we've seen so far has been under Poch. The best Cole Palmer that we've seen has been under Poch.
But you know what? I think that's a bit
so
disingenuous.
far he's been shit most of the
you
season,
need
Marshall.
And you need I would disagree. It's been since Everton. I think he's been really truly shit because then he has no GNA. Like Ahmed said. If you want to speak
But he's saying
performances,
so far we've seen the best Palmer under Poch. That's not wrong.
But the thing is, my thing is where I think that's a bit disingenuous in liking context is I don't think that was because of Poch.
No, you would never give Poch credit. We know that.
No, but for me, I don't think that is down to Poch. I don't, because when we spoke about the season, I wasn't even speaking about Cole Palmer. There were multiple games, and we said this last season as well, bro. It was individual FC. Like somebody needs to show up on the day, have a good performance, and get us a goal. More often than not, it was Cole Palmer, but not necessarily. Like Poch really had no. That's like with Maresca, we're complaining that Maresca's tactics right now are shit. They're not doing what it needs to be done. Poch was zero tactics. Every game was a coin flip because there was no plan going in. It was throw 11 players on the pitch, and let's see what the fuck happens. You feel me? Let's go. Let's roll.
All right.
So, it's different this season. So it's like that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a paradox. I think you can draw parallels, but you have to add context to it. You can't be disingenuous and paint with a broad brushstroke because I think that you're leaving out key content.
But what I am going to continue to do as we do these shows weekly is I'm going to remember the criticisms and how harsh you were looking at what Poch was doing, his non-tactics, and I'm going to look at his effectiveness or where he ended up with regard to the standings, and I'm going to look at how you guys speak on Maresca, how you guys speak on these current players, and how you speak on Cole Palmer moving forward. So I just wanted to bring that up. I was in the jail cell for 15 minutes. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to be on your neck for the rest of the season. That's it.
What do you mean by that?
I know
that's enough Chelsea talk, to be honest. Like honestly,
we can continue.
No, I'm really enjoying.
I mean, we just spent 42 minutes on a team 17 points off the top. So
yeah, and we're about here's the
we're
thing,
about to go.
We're about to go. We're about to go a lot.
I like how you said that. If it's a negative, we're about to go to a team way further points from the top.
Way lower.
That is like
that would make actually. I think they're 31 off the top now.
Jesus.
Quick question, because I keep getting asked this. Who moves more respect? How am I going to put this?
What are you trying to ask?
Which person on this panel is most annoying when they're top of the league?
Will probably. I'd go
Will or
I'd go Will. Like Will's not from the Prem, but I'd go Will.
Will?
Yeah. Will, just by virtue of being here, is annoying. Like, look, he looks like he's gonna fall asleep, but he's top of the league and he has nothing to fucking say.
Who the fuck gives a shit about Brentford? Famous Will lines.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just
no. Who's the most?
Vader was trying to throw a dig at me. He was trying.
I just asked a question. Why are you so sensitive, Mike?
I don't think Doss
You're
is
insinuating.
No, I don't think Doss. The thing is, I don't even think Vader was really like annoying last season either. Like I don't think anybody here is like that annoying when they're at the top of the league. It's just we're annoying when we speak about each other's clubs in general. I would say like that's about it.
Yeah, no,
Oh no, you're right. Actually, no, hold on, no.
That's actually a really good
correct.
question.
Start of the last season when Spurs were top. Yes, that was horrendous. That was awful to hear.
That was but that was like 1 week. Like we had started the show and that was like 1 week into it. So sincerely. But October champions 2023. No, I wanted to talk about that. That's actually a good question because when we were top, I didn't talk about it because I knew we were going to fall off, so I didn't really say anything. I think Doss isn't annoying because he's not annoying. Doss isn't annoying about it because he acknowledges. He was annoying for a little bit when he wasn't acknowledging it, but when he's not, he's not pulling the leopard in a tree. We're still underdogs, nodding for it. He'll get it. Bullshit. Like I'm glad that he doesn't run those agendas because Doss, you're gonna win the league, right?
Yeah, it's a foregone conclusion. It's just a matter of when.
You know what annoys me about Mike though is he throws this point gaps in everyone's faces. Like he's calculated everyone.
But he's first. That's fine.
He's first.
It's fine. He can do it. Like
hold on, Vader. One second.
That.
I have to defend myself. Vader, what is wrong with me saying that we spent 45 minutes talking about a team 17 points off top? What's wrong with that?
No, what's wrong with it is that you say this often with other situations. You've always got the calculations and you're throwing the points gap with every rival you talk to.
60 minus 43 is not exactly a calculation.
All right.
That's
American
like
business,
elementary
American
school math.
education it is, but we'll
Pretty
move.
simple subtraction there, but okay. I hear it.
Vader, I know what you're trying to do with that question. Is you're trying to divert from the United conversation that we need to have.
I appreciate
Oh, no,
that, Vader.
no, I'm ready.
Which
He
you're
doesn't
doing.
appreciate that,
Yeah,
big
you're
man.
doing it for our guy Sheik. It's his first time, and he's
Yeah, so
Sheik.
just to avoid
You got to talk.
confusion,
Sheik, talk to me, man,
no
because
red here.
we've talked about Amarim. We talked about it when that criminal flawless was on with us last week. Amarim, man, like he's taking you from 13th to 15th now.
Yeah, we are 15th. Like
15th?
that clip, we are 15th. We
are
are
15th.
15th. Like that is genuinely a reality. A couple of months ago, like we joked about it, and that is genuinely a reality. But yeah, you're right. I think the whole thing of like, we see what Ruben's trying to do, all those type of things. I think you have to kind of question some of the decisions that he's made in the past couple of weeks, and that's crazy. First of all, but yeah, like that's kind of where I stand. I think today's game was definitely like frustrating at times. I think we in the first half we created well enough of chances to score a goal. I don't need to say anything more about Alejandro Garnacho. That guy, the fact that Chelsea were even like even linked to a player like that, like they should 100% be critical of their sporting directors, because again, he's one of those examples.
Your sporting directors, you had a chance to sell him for 50 or 40 to
I know.
Yo, wanted 70
for
M's.
sure.
They wanted 60 to 70
You guys are
M's.
moving greedy.
No, 100%. I am critical of everyone at the club, 100%. But it's like today is one of those games where I question like what is the future of our football club? What direction are we trying to go into? We're right now battling relegation as we speak. We just came off of our worst ever Premier League season last year. We're going to beat that this season because we're on that trajectory to beat it. We just had our worst ever season in Europe in Champions League, and nothing's really improved. The players are still pretty much the same. We went into January and we signed one left wing back. We let go of Anthony, who, by the way, has had 3 man of the match performances for Betis. He scored an unbelievable goal today.
Justice for
Marcus,
I can't lie. That goal was crispy. That goal he scored today was very, very good. The best of the bunch, like of all the 3 that
everyone who leaves United ends up being better.
How did he strike the ball like that, bro? I didn't see him do that a single time.
And then Marcus Rashford comes on as a substitute against Ipswich, looked lively as shit. Like he was very, very good yesterday. Almost scored from a free kick, which hit the post.
I mean, it's basically an assist.
But
it's pretty much an assist.
Justice for McManus.
Yeah,
Justice for McManus.
But yeah, so it's like we're looking at all these like players leaving, doing well at their clubs, and then we look at our situation and just stinks. Absolutely terrible. Bruno Fernandes, captain of another big game, stinker in another big game.
Holy
Rasmus
fuck,
Højlund, he'll be here tomorrow. He'll be there tomorrow on Netflix. Make sure to tune in. He'll be there on Monday Night Raw because that's absolutely where he belongs. Xerxes, I actually thought like Xerxes at times he was a little bit frustrating too with the amount of offsides and all those type of situations, but he looked like one of our better players today, like in terms of making things move, trying to like beat a player, quick little nutmegs here and there, linking up with certain players here and there. Yeah, but again, it's taking someone away from Ahmad in our team just shows the lack of any type of quality that we have, to be honest. And the manager today, I questioned it a little bit because he made no changes up until the 90th minute, not a single one. And I get it that people have been talking about
the 90th minute, bro.
Yeah, and we brought him on for Cheeto for 3 minutes, and I've been hearing a lot of like there's been mixed reaction to that, of like some people being like the youngsters are not ready, all those type of things. I'm just like, first of all, we're 1-0 down in that game. You've just seen Garnacho, 1, miss a sitter, 2, failed to set up Højlund for a sitter, and we want to continue to play him. I'm not saying that bringing on a youngster would directly change the game or we equalize right away. But what else do you want us to do in that situation? He just stood there and let that happen and enabled it. And that's why a little bit of the criticism last week was the lineup. Why he played Dorgu on the right-hand side made no sense. But then today you played Dorgu on the left-hand side, and even he looked a little bit better today. And it's just some of these decisions, like, end of the day, you have to be able to, with the situation that we're in, yes, we hired a manager mid-season. Why we did that, I have no idea. We didn't really sign all these players. Cool. what we can control and what Ruben Amorim can control is who he decides to play. I see all these clips all the time on Twitter of him being angry at Diego Dallo messing up a pass or something like that. You continue to play him though. So it's like, why are you getting upset at the touchline for play a youngster, play Harry Amas, try Mazraoui as a wingback, play someone. There's so many different options that he could play, but he decides not to do it. And that's where I'm just kind of like Euro today, he missed out. Yes, I get it due to an illness. But like you could play Mazraoui on the right-hand side, Dorgo on the left-hand side. Euro could play as one of those center backs. Maguire, when he's fit,
is that realistic though?
Yeah, what
is realistic when we are 15th right now?
No,
we have to get results.
Okay,
we have to get results.
Riddle me this, right? First off, your bench is already thin based on your injuries, right? If he were to make a ridiculously risky decision in, you know what, Garnacho, I'm playing a youth player. You know what, Delo playing a youth player. You know what, Delit playing a youth player. Bruno Fernandes playing a youth player. Like you're inviting absurdity. Like at a certain point, I think you sort of have to accept the situation. Like you said, none of these are Amorim's players. You were foolish enough to keep Ten Hag to start this season. Yeah. Now he's got it. Now he's basically, again, I used this analogy last week. You've put him in a house fire and you haven't given him a hose and you've said, fix this. That's not exactly possible. Okay.
Wait, but what does it matter? Guys?
But at the same time, though,
no.
Look at
Will criticize him, but I'm just saying we can point out the problems, but what is the solution? Like I don't know what the solution is. I don't know what the solution is.
Good. Well, I think you're going to say the same thing.
Yeah. So I was saying in terms of like what Sheik was saying. So if he would have, let's say, brought on like Cheeto earlier in the match, right? Or if he would have started maybe some of those younger players, what I'm saying is I don't think it really matters because the league is a wash for Manchester United. They're not going to get relegated, right? Like it's virtually impossible for that to happen. They're not going to finish in a European spot, right? So I think if he does take risk in the Premier League just to see what these young kids have to know, okay, well, this guy does work in my system or whatever, I don't really see what the issue is. They're not going to do anything else in the season. So I think they got to put all their eggs in the Europa League basket. But the Prem, experiment, because, again, you're not going to get relegated. But I think that Ruben Amorim's made a massive mistake joining Manchester United. I know that they're saying that he was given an ultimatum, basically, like, if you don't join now, then we might have to move on or whatever. I think he should just let Manchester United move on because he was at Sporting, right? He's playing some free-flowing football. He has Victor Gyökeres up front, scoring a bunch of goals in the Champions League, thriving. And then now he's at Manchester United. He completely switched up the formation. He has to rely on Garnacho. He has to rely on Højlund. I just think he's going to probably fail. And I don't see him being Manchester United's manager come the end of next season because even though this season should be viewed as like a free hit for him, it's going to leave such a sour taste in people's mouth that by the time next season comes, they're going to be ready to just get on his case if things don't massively turn around. So I think that he's made a huge mistake joining Manchester United in the middle of the season. And I don't really see how it gets better, to be honest, because I don't know what he's going to do.
I've said this before, but I think the only way that this gets better is for him to start playing to the profile of his shitty players and actually start playing a little bit more sound defensively. Look, you're playing. You held up a shitty Spurs team pretty well today, but you need to start. You need to prevent goals, and then you need to start scoring them. Like Onana again, brutal today again. Yeah, like the guy, he cannot play it out the back. Stop trying to do that. Tell him, instruct him to stop doing that. Like I don't understand why you're giving it away. If Ahmed, you're free. You're giving it away, and you're not keeping goals out of the back of the net. And that's the biggest problem. And you're not scoring. So you need to start playing to the profile of the player. Otherwise, he won't be around next season. I said this before.
But TJ
he won't be around next season.
But listen, again, who's he? Oh wow, holy snap! Okay, luckily not. I'm free. I'm free. Hey,
go get it.
Sponsored by Dio, man. Sponsored by Dio, man. Sponsored by Dio. Shout out to him.
Big up Dio.
I can't hear you over that point gap. Sorry.
Oh, that Dio.
Hold up. My question. My question.
No, I was actually gonna make a serious point here, and this is like, let me just say this really quickly. I think this kind of with Amri comes back to again some of the points I made with Maresca about these new type of managers, and I think there's a B. I think my actual issue is and I think Will kind of did it kind of okay, but my issue is, why did we bring Amri in October? Logistically, you've given him. If you bring someone in October, there has to be some target that they have to meet, whether you like to admit or not. You know, when you bring someone in October, you're expecting them to at least do something, right? Get somewhere, do something. Let's make something happen at the very least, right? You've put that onto him. You've then given him players which the vast majority of the United fan base does not rate. You've then obviously all this stuff is happening around him. You've not helped him out in January because you don't have the funds apparently, right? You've really got him Patrick Drogu essentially as well. He's now got all these injuries and everything like that. I feel sorry for him, bro, genuinely. And it's like, why did we not get a deal done for the summer and bringing it into him in a minute?
See, at that same time, though, I feel sorry for him too. But the reality is, and I could ask all of you guys, is in reality, this team is not 15th. We're a little bit better than this for sure. We should be hanging around 10 spot, 11 spot, 12 spot. Yeah, I mean, like I could say that for sure. Fair enough.
I mean,
no. So that's this is a team that technically won a domestic trophy last season. You can talk about the draw and stuff that we had, but these are winners. Like, these guys know how to win. They have won 2 domestic trophies under our previous manager. But my point is that I'm not doing this whole revisionism where we should bring back Ten Hag because we were better under Ten Hag. My point is that the players are better than this. They're much, much better than this. So the fact that Ruben Amorim, with all the things that were said about him too, coming into Manchester United, you've seen it. You've seen the issues that we have. You've seen these players, going into when you stepped in, that what profile could be used to wear. And after all this time of training, all these things, we're getting worse. And that's the concerning part. That's the concerning part for me.
But I think the issue is the system that he's trying to implement. And I don't blame him for sticking with the back 3, because if he was to come in and then abandon his philosophy and then still stick the back 4, then you basically should have just kept Ten Hag then, because
100%. I'm not saying I'm not saying scrap your system. So, I'm not saying scrap your system. There are tweaks that you can make though, and oftentimes I feel like he doesn't. Like today, of course, just based off of today's game, Spurs were not that good. It's not like they blew us apart or that they like successfully defended that 1-0 lead for throughout the whole game. We had chances and we should have scored. And it's one of those type of things where he did nothing to try to change that game today. And then after the game, he's talking about, again, we need to stick to the idea. I'm cool with the idea, but it's more so right now in this situation, you're telling me that you're a manager who is not better than having 8 defeats in the last 12 or 13 games. You as a manager, Ruben Amorim, can coach this team to beat the likes of Crystal Palace. We struggle against Southampton. Southampton are the most bottom team. Like, they're literally bottom in this league. And if it wasn't for Amad Diallo, who scored a hat-trick that day, we would have lost that game as well. And then all of these conversations are like, I can't really genuinely sit here and look at any team in the league and be like, we confidently beat them. I confidently say 2-1. And that has to be on the way that we set up, who he's picking, a lot of those things. I have no complaint about the system, to be honest. Like, I don't even think we can actually judge his system because these are not the right players for the system. So I'm not going to look at his system and be like, oh yeah, Diogo Dalot can play as a wingback clearly, so let's just scrap this system entirely.
It's crazy though.
We need to definitely have profiles there. But then again, it's like Diogo Dalot, we know that he's not a wingback. I know he's not a wingback. Rasmus Højlund, we know he doesn't do anything at all. He consistently drops 1 out of 10 performances. You know what's crazy? Mikel Moreno as a striker has equaled his goal tally this season so far. 2 goals. This is Rasmus Højlund that we are talking about, a 75 million striker who was like the next Haaland or whatever everyone said.
I keep forgetting
it's a 1 out of 10 performance.
My issue is though,
like, one second, Ahmed. The craziest thing is though, is that this manager continues to pick him. And he continues to pick the players. What's wrong in giving Cheetah Obi Martin a chance today? What's wrong with that? We're 15th. It's not like we're competing for top 4 and you're trying an unknown where that could potentially derail our season. It's not any of those type of things. We're 15th where we need to scramble for results. Like, every change today should have been a offensive change because we needed a goal. It's as simple as that. There's no time for us to think about performances in this stage that we're in. We have to get results. Performance will come through when he gets a squad. And that's a question is he going to be there? when in the summer, when we get there in the summer, is he going to be there? And all that he controls, because ultimately, when you don't get the results, if we do drop worse in form, the questions are going to be asked, and rightfully so. I'm not going to argue a United fan who's going to say Ruben Amorim should be sacked because we're 17th or 18th by March or April. 100% that's justified. But at the same time, like, I hope he's there. I'm not Ruben Amorim out. I'm more so Ruben Amorim accountable, like Flawless says, where I'm looking at some of the decisions he's making.
Why is he locked up?
Why
He's
are
not.
you?
Sorry, I Vader left, so I switched it up. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, like, I'm just as of late, some of the decisions have been on him, and I keep saying again and again, situation can only improve with some of the decisions that you make in terms of lineups, in terms of all those type of things. But overall, it's a shit show. Our club is a shit show. The way we recruited, the way this whole season went out.
I would ask you the question though, right? Like, because I think obviously now, like, with the window ending, obviously, like, us as Chelsea fans, we look back at the window, we feel like it's a huge failure. You look at the players who left in that window, especially now that you have the injuries in the attacking portion of the squad. Do you feel like it was more motivated by Ineos or Amorim that you wanted Antony and Rashford to leave? Because obviously the comments came out before. It was like, I'd rather play the goalkeeping coach if somebody's not giving their all in training. And as we can see, like, Rashford had a pretty good cameo for Aston Villa. So, like, do you feel that is more on those players leaving, specifically in the attacking portion of the team? Was that more on Ineos, or was that Amorim, do you think, that was asking for them to move on?
I think, well, Rashford specifically, I think that's more on Ineos, because if you guys remember after the FA Cup final, he was in tears after the FA Cup final when we lifted, because I think then it was conveyed to Rashford, this is just my opinion, but I think it was conveyed to Rashford that he's no longer needed here at the club. This whole situation of, him being sidelined by Ruben Amorim, I think Ineos were waiting for someone to be at the forefront for it. They wanted their manager, the first hiring that they make, to be at the forefront for it. And I think that's why they both decided together that Ineos told Amorim that, Rashford can't be part of the plans. We're trying to make a cultural shift. We're also trying to clean up the wage bill. Rashford was on 300 plus K. I think that was reduced down to 200 something because we didn't qualify for Europe or Champions League, and they get a pay cut if they don't qualify for Champions League.
Sheik, do you actually believe that you guys are trying to clean up the wage bill? Because you just gave Bruno Fernandes a new contract.
We did give Bruno Fernandes a new contract, but then we got rid of Antony, who was part of the wage bill. Rashford, who's part of the wage bill. Rafael Varane was part of the wage bill. We're looking to get rid of Casemiro. He's heavy on the wage bill. I think a lot of indications is basically the point that I was getting to, is that Ineos, I feel like in January specifically, their whole motive was to get rid of these players rather than get people in, because we've been talking about it and we've been hearing it in reports too that Ruben Amorim's been talking about it too, that they can only buy players if they sell players. And I think that's where the whole model is, the whole PSR conversations. I think there was like a report that if we ended up selling Garnacho for some amount, we would have been able to spend this much or that much, something like that. So they're on very strict financial restrictions. You can see it, they're laying off people in jobs.
They're doing
like they're
Ineos is a sell to buy right now. Yeah.
Jobs. Like
they're not in any sort of like FFP or whatever.
No, but you need to understand. You need to understand where their owner came from, bro. Again, I said this before. Their owner is known for buying companies that are in trouble.
Yep.
Destroy, essentially, like flipping the people out, trying to make it as efficient as possible, and then you've turned the company around. They're making profit, basically. Seemingly, that's what he's doing, basically. That's what he does, and he's been doing that at United, and now he's kind of
buying a company, though, Ahmed. Like, nobody buys a company to lose money. Like,
no, but that's what he does. No, I'm not.
My biggest.
Miss Mo, you understand companies to make them better.
Yes, that's what he does.
My rebuttal to that is, RSM was literally just said what I was going to say.
Rebuttal.
This fucking guy. He buys these companies, but he's driving the brand into the ground. That's the problem. He is the owner of the biggest football brand, arguably in the world, next to Real Madrid, and he's lowering the price of the brand. That is my problem.
I don't have them in a relegation.
But but Will, the problem is
it hurts the league.
Yeah, Will, there's a difference. No. Will, there's a difference between
in a pretty low state. He just only got here a few seasons.
They have no. But I always say, I think there's on some level, you have to understand there's a difference in the way you run a football side and a business, right? Because there's a bit more that you have to. There needs to be necessary context added, and I feel like some of the stuff that he has done, obviously behind the scenes, does not look good on you when you're a footballing club. Again, that's the difference, right? You can
Wait, so,
run a
like,
business.
explain
Don't
that,
get it twisted. Don't get it
Explain
twisted.
that,
Like.
bro.
Like I think, like I remember, like what was it? I think they did like they had like some Christmas £100 bonus thing, bro.
Yeah,
scrapped,
And
like,
they scrapped it.
I remember, I'm like, come on, man, that like genuinely, like
He's all he said, old United legends who need a bit of cash to get to the winner. Hold that.
Yeah, they got rid of brand. They got rid of brand ambassadors. They got
rid of brand ambassadors, charities.
He's cost cutting.
No, but you don't, bro. This is the problem. No, you're losing.
Let Will go.
How much did your job give you for your Christmas bonus?
I don't personally get a Christmas bonus.
Will, are we
different? But time out. No. But I need that context. Wait. Marshall.
Will pocket watching.
Marshall. But Will, the difference is, yeah, I get bonuses based on what's it called, projects. Because I do projects, right? As I said, I'm a bit no different.
Yes. But if you're the lunch lady at Manchester United, the hell do you need a $100 bonus for? You're serving lunch. You get paid.
You said it's the funniest food. What are you doing? It's a good
What are we talking about?
What are we
doing it for free?
It's an honest. This is what I mean. If Phil was ever at the first place in the Prem, he'd be intolerant.
These guys are like minimum wage workers, bro. What are we doing?
Thank you. That's what I told you, Will.
What are you doing?
You specifically don't have to look into like the fact that they're ambassadors.
Go ahead, She.
No. I'm just saying, like, real quick, is you don't have to specifically look into the fact that they're cutting people's like all these bonuses and stuff like that. But the reality is that this is how they're moving. Yes, they're doing cost cutting, but tomorrow I'm sure I'd hear about our new stadium being built and how our new stadium is going to look and how it's going to be like the great more than Wembley capacity and all those type of things. And that's what I'm talking about. Is that our house has been burning down, and these guys are sitting there and cutting costs during this house while it's burning down. And that's what I'm basically talking about. Is that?
But the issue is, though, that I have is I hate the virtue signaling. Right? This is as much as people do not like to admit it.
It's not virtue signaling.
You just don't know how to use that word, bro.
No.
Just don't know
what I'm saying is, okay, well, if you stop cutting me off, what I'm saying is the fake outrage about people losing their bonuses. Nobody gives a fuck about that. But you want to go online and make yourself seem like you actually care. You don't care, right? The thing is, this is a business, right? Manchester United have been losing money, right? Everybody talks about how much in debt you are and all this stuff. On top of it, these are billionaires. You don't become a billionaire by being a great person and caring about other people. So let's stop acting like this stuff matters. If they feel like they have to cut like payment stuff for the betterment of this club that they've just invested billions into, then why are we acting like that's a big deal? It's not. It's normal stuff.
Here's the thing, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I don't disagree with Will. I think what Will is saying is actually pretty on point because honestly, a real life example of this was when Elon Musk took over Twitter, right? Turned it into X. I remember in the beginning, everyone was losing their minds and all this stuff.
Like 60 people.
And then
60%
afterwards, hold on, let me land. And afterwards,
Marshall, it has certifiably. He's lost money on it. He's made the site worse. Like
no, but
you could say people complaining we're bitching. Sure,
maybe
bro, he's lost billions of dollars.
Maybe you made the site worse because of what shows up on your algorithm and all that.
No. Wait, Marshall. No, we used to get ads for Coca-Cola. We now get ads for like random horoscope shit. Like
yeah, no, I get it. No, I understand that, but at a certain extent too, like the platform itself is still there. People still use it. Like it didn't go in tank and get ruined because of
like Old Trafford is still standing, but the roof is leaking. You feel me? Like,
and this is the thing, right? Like people were losing their minds about the whole Elon Musk thing, and now people still use Twitter, and now they're used to X. Like at the end of the day, people get over it. The biggest issue, and this is something that us as Chelsea fans need to understand as well, because we've gone through the same exact thing. When the club is in the mud, when the club is absolutely in shambles, these journos are going to do anything and everything to get click and rage bait over everything. Remember last season how fans were losing their shit over a freaking mattress in the middle of the pitch for a promo? or even this season where we lost the game. The DJ thing, bro, over anything. So these journals obviously took advantage, and I saw it from the moment they did it. They were exploiting the fact that Man United fans were pissed. So they're like, yo, let's make them more pissed by giving them shit that bro, no one in this panel can tell me that they actually cared about the lunch lady's bonus.
No, they don't,
Up until
They
it
don't.
was actually mentioned.
Nobody
No one
cares,
gave a
bro.
shit. It just
Nobody
looks bad.
cares.
It like
I think my
You're right,
listen, but
definitely.
no. Listen, I think you can be right about that, but
Yeah.
I think fundamentally, and it kind of comes back to my original point of like, listen, yes, football is a business on some level, but the difference is, it's not just a business, Sally, right? I think that's the content need to add. Like, if you're doing something on
Yeah,
Twitter,
from an image
reality
point of view,
is
it looks bad.
no. The reality is, Twitter, for example, it's a social media business.
Yeah.
It's a known business that's meant to provide you a service. Problem is with football, it's not just a business. You know what I mean? We can't just put if it's just a business, then I don't need to be a customer of Chelsea anymore, right? Because therefore, there's no point in me supporting the club. I can just go support another club, right?
You choose to be.
No, that's not. No, don't do that, bro. That is not true. That is not true.
Okay,
That is
so
not
how do
true.
they afford the
Why are we acting
Ring
like
the bell. Ring the bell.
No, but like, why are we acting? No. We can't act like here. Football is just. We can't act. Okay, then if United's rubbish, okay, time for me to go to Manchester City. No, that's not.
Brother,
You don't
you are
do
a
that, bro.
fan of the business. You like
That's
that
not a
business.
fact. That's not. It's not. But again, you're putting it down to Bourbon thing when it's not just a Bourbon thing, but it's not just a business. Football clubs originally were not just businesses, bro. Like, what are we doing? They weren't just the businesses before they're businesses,
Okay,
Like,
how do they
why is
buy
it like this?
players? How do they buy players? How do they pay?
Again,
wages?
see,
How do they
now you
operate
see,
business?
but again, you're not taking what I'm saying I said football is not just a business, bro. It's more than that. That's the problem. Before it was even, this business side came in, before that, what were clubs originally? They weren't just businesses before they were just normal clubs run by people who were actual workers. Before then it became bigger. Then it became a business, and then it became that. Right? The business part is a new part of the actual thing, bro. Okay, it's not something that's just been there like previously. Now it's a new added factor. It's a whole bigger thing. Right now, yes, we need business in order to make money. I get what you're saying, Will, but I just think you're just pushing it down to it just being business. It's not just business, bro. No one just supports a club because of business, bro. That's what I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I understand what you're saying. Can I just chime in just real quick? I think that optically it's awful.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not winning. Now I would get it if you're winning and you start doing these things, like nobody would give a shit about it.
Exactly, I get what you mean.
You wouldn't even report it, really.
But the fact that you're literally getting rid of the fire extinguisher while the house is on fire, kind of shit going on. Like you're not helping the situation by doing this. Like I get what Will is saying. It is a business at the end of the day. We all have jobs. We all are at risk from losing those jobs if the business says, hey, you know what, I'm done with this percentage of the workers. I get that, but it's not going to make the brand look any better. If the corporation I work for fires half of its workforce tomorrow, it's going to make the fucking news. So like it's bad.
But guess
press
what we're going to
overall
still do?
for a big
Go to work
brand.
because we didn't get fired.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, again, I get what you guys are saying, but Manchester United before Ineos came in were already so poorly run that now that they're coming in and now they're noticing. Hold on. Why are we giving this amount of money towards this? Why is this amount of money going towards that? Why do we have an extra 100 workers who are not doing necessarily essential things? So now, like, again, they cost cut. And then these guys, they're all smart. They have their financial people. They know what they're doing in terms of the business side. So if they think that cutting these costs is what's going to be best to get Manchester United back to where they need to be able to invest in the squad, invest in a brand new stadium and all these different things, then that's just what has to happen. It's not a big deal like how people want it to be. That's all that I'm saying.
That's the thing, though. I don't even think that's the case, though. Why do we need a new stadium? We're always going to print money. We're Manchester United Football Club, one of the most successful in England. I don't think that's the issue. The issue is that they're not relying on the footballing decisions. The footballing decisions that they've made have been abysmal since the start. Why did you want to get Ruben Amorim? Just keep Ruud van Nistelrooy until the end of the season. Then phase out the players that you're trying to phase. And then when Ruben Amorim does come, get that agreement with him. While he's coming in the summer, you go out and buy the profiles that he's suggesting to you. And it's as simple as that. Why keep Ten Hag in the first place?
Sheik, I do got to ask, though, is there a part of you that's actually worried about, because what you're saying, honestly, sounds so similar to what United fans were saying about Ten Hag last season. He has to get his players. He wants to play a certain way. Let's back him and back him. Bro, at what point do you say, like, nah, you gotta make it work with what you got, and then if you can prove to us that you can cook, then we'll give you something. At least Ten Hag did that for you. At least Ten Hag got you to third place, and then he switched it up on you, and it was like, oh. Fake news.
I backed Ten Hag too. Like I backed him in his first season. I thought our first
like Ruben's
season
not even doing that for
relatively it was a successful season. We came off of 5 years of not winning a trophy under Ollie, and we did that. We went to 2 domestic cup finals with Ten Hag. No, we shouldn't have kept Ollie. But
bro, I'm looking at a stat right now. It's actually damning. You guys won more games with Ollie than you did with Eric Ten Hag. Like it's been a decline since you got rid of Ollie. It's insane.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
I'll play the violin for you.
To us United fans, this is definitely like a big thing, and I'll tell you why this is a big thing. Because we've not had, since the Glazers have come into our club, we've not even had any sort of minority stake. We've not had 25% of the club go to somebody else. We've not had people be in charge of sporting directors and all of those type of things. So it's a pretty big thing, and like that's why part of the issue itself is the fact that it is a minority stake, because you don't own the entire club, so you're not really making the entire decisions when it comes to the club, and that's an issue in itself. And you guys are right. Like our club has been terrible basically since the last time we won a league. Like we recruit our first ever season right after Fergie retired. We signed only Marwan Fellaini.
Shout out Fellaini, man.
In the transfer window. After a year of us winning the league,
brother.
Yeah, and look at all the managers. Look at all
such a troll.
Oftentimes,
why are you hating on Fellaini for? He helped them get a Europa League, bro. Why are you hating on that?
No, respect for Fellaini, but it's Manchester United, bro.
No, I'm saying that not to you, Sheik, bro. It's to Marshall, man. He's hating, bro. You know what I mean? Ivanovic got us a Europa League. Are you gonna hate on Ivanovic for getting us a Europa League?
Nah, Ivanovic was clear.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
To answer your question, though, I'm definitely concerned about the future of our club, because these guys just got here and look at the first impression that they're leaving.
It's horrible,
and it's terrible, like 100%. That's why I'm like, I days like this is where I question what's our direction. What do we even plan on doing? Like, why was Ruben Amorim even here in the first place? Did you actually think he could build on this squad or implement a system for this squad for us to achieve results? Like, I genuinely want to know, when they were looking to get Ruben Amorim, where do they think we could finish then? Like, what do they think our season could look like? So it's one of those.
Bloody hell!
This is bad. Yeah, this is like just so.
Put the fries in the bag, bro.
Yeah.
Points won from the first 13 PL games in charge. Ollie leads you on that one, and Ruben's the poorest one. It's been a decline. It's not looking good, man. And did you guys actually see Ange Postecoglou's quotes after the game?
I think
what were his quotes?
No. They asked him on United's injuries, obviously, because you guys lost Diallo. Who else did you guys lose, Sheik? Just
Diallo,
Kobe Mainoo.
Yeah, big players that were literally the only things really you guys were tuning in to watch at this point. Really,
Ciao Diallo Nation, man.
Postecoglu said he might as well be called Postecoglu. If I check my office, I don't have any sympathy cards from other managers. I could see Ruben there. Players out of position, kids on the bench. Well, welcome to my world. But that's one game. Now do that for 2 months.
He did not say that.
He said that, yo.
He said that?
Yo,
yes.
Postecoglu's fucking cold.
Hey,
crazy,
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
The guy who's like 14th in the league, just like
that's
one or two spots above us. Like, okay,
the
he acting like
crazy.
He's 4th or 5th. Yeah, like all right.
That's crazy. The
I
middle.
mean, to be
bro.
fair, you
Whatever.
said like you guys had chances, but they had chances too. Like, let's be
But
real.
we should have
like,
scored. Like, the Garnacho chance is inexcusable.
Alejandro Garnacho.
That's on his favored side with his right foot. He didn't even hit the
Wait,
target.
by the way, with time, nobody was pressing him.
Nobody
Like,
was
he had
there.
time.
All you have to do,
Nobody
he
takes
could
him
have literally
seriously.
looked up and
Nobody
placed
marks
it on one of the corners,
Placement.
and that's it. And it's,
We have to say though, you can see, and this is like what kills me about Chelsea and the fact that we suck with Sancho. You can see what a decent keeper can do for you, bro.
Yeah, Vicario.
Because Vicario was making
Yeah.
some saves
Vicario,
that game, brother.
He was man of the match.
He was making some saves.
Yeah, he
it was
was.
crazy.
welcome
Yeah,
back,
man.
Vicario.
Yeah,
What a way to
I
come
think
back.
Vicario is a lot of what they were missing because they were so shaky at the back. Vicario doesn't make
100%.
a ton of mistakes playing out of the back. You could say
But
that
it
he's
gives your
really
center
bad.
backs
The only
confidence,
games that he's
CJ.
really the only thing that Vicario is really bad on is set pieces. The rest of
Yeah.
his game is really good, really solid.
He gets pushed around.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, he gets bullied in there, and nobody can help him out because their backline is absolute shit.
Y'all left them. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Arsenal left them black eye, bruised. Like,
Bro, yeah, no, we beat them up and took their lunch money. Hey, Das, what do you think? Yeah, you're on mute. You're mute still, but that's good. That's good.
Sorry, I was serving a life sentence. I just got
Phantom cell right there.
So forgive me for being a little bit distracted. Listen, United have a lot of problems, and I think that a indictment on the internal issues of the club is how successful it seems every single player who leaves the club becomes. Now, when I say successful, I mean they were shit and now they're less shit. Like, that's the bottom line. Every player who has left that club has gotten better to some degree. Whether it's being better like Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been better, being better in one game like Marcus Rashford has been better, being better in 3 games like Antony. To me, like, that's just not a manager thing.
McTominay. Sorry, I want to keep bringing it up. He's cooking.
Yeah, definitely.
That's also something that, like, I personally can't quantify, right? Like, because I'm not a United fan. I don't know the ins and outs, but that's an observation I could make, right? Whether you have the answers, I don't know. To be honest with you, I think United are in a similar situation to Chelsea on a psychological level. Right. Not in terms of, like, Chelsea are very clearly much closer to being successful than United, but United have to come to terms with the fact that they're shit. Right. Like, the standards need to change. You're not United anymore. This is not 2013. Like, you have regressed. The cycle has passed. I mean, dude, every single sports team goes through this in every sport. There was a time that Real Madrid were not the kings. There was a time United weren't the kings. There was a time City weren't the kings. There was a time that the Bulls weren't the kings. There was a time that the fucking Chiefs weren't the kings, right? It works in circles. So, the first step is accepting that you are now at the bottom of the pendulum. And the next step is accepting the fact that no matter who you decide to pick, he's going to have to shovel through 10,000 yards of shit before you see anything promising. And if you think picking up a domestic cup, back-to-back years is the promising standard, then that's your new standard. But as a United fan, that would be
that smile was Ahmed's smile was nasty work, by the way. No, somebody got to clip his smile when that super chat came in. Do it.
Big up Dio. You now own TJ Warren TV. You now own
this episode sponsored by Dio.
This episode sponsored by Banner on the Pitch, aka Dio.
Yep.
Dio, you are sadistic, my friend.
Yeah, this guy's crazy. Big up. Thank you for sponsoring the show today.
All right.
Are you gonna?
Okay. Listen, Marshall heads or tails?
Tails.
All right. Let's flip it then.
You put it on me. Wait, what?
I chose heads, so that means RSM, bro. Literally, that's what I used Google. That's what I said, man. My apologies, my brother. Sorry.
Got locked away, bro. Free me.
But United.
I had a good joke in mind, but I'm not gonna say it, man.
United aren't changing anytime soon, and I think that this is way too early. Like, you've already committed to Amorim, right? Like, you made a mid-season change in manager. You're gonna have to sit in it until at least halfway through next season. Like, you've made your bed.
At least a summer window.
You've made your bed. Now you have to lay in it. This is your decision. Have all the critiques in the world that you want to have on the manager, but at the same time, everything is taken with a grain of salt. Like, he can only do what he can given the fact that he was thrown into the house fire without a hose. Like, he could be better. He could be better, but also at the same time, I don't think anyone on the planet would be that much better. I think that you could stick the best manager in the world and maybe you'd be 10th. Like, maybe. And what's that? Like 5 points? Like, we're talking about a 5-point differential. So, it's just one of those things that it like, there's no real solution other than time. And, people get paid to figure that out. But when it comes to the ownership and all that stuff, bro, like, I don't want to hear it. I've got problems with my owners. It's not an excuse.
Everyone's owners suck, to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, and and that's actually a perfect segue to get off of United and just because it looks like Sheik is about to jump. So let's go ahead and
damn.
let's go
Deep, man. Didn't know it's that deep, brother.
bro.
It's tough, man. It's tough. You guys are not 15th, man. For real.
Yeah,
you got
no, I
someone on the
can't.
panel
Okay,
who's
I can relate.
I have a
with
rival
you.
on the panel
I can
who's about to match
sympathize.
league titles with me in like months time, and I'm in 15th,
Yeah.
and I can't do
I can
nothing about
sympathize,
it.
but cannot
So it's
relate.
like it's absolutely terrible, 100%.
Yeah. So I want to talk about Liverpool because we were talking Das this morning about your performance against Wolves, and I thought you guys were bad today.
Well,
Great goal by
I
I need
thought-
to be
Cunha, by the way.
fair.
Great
No,
goal.
Cunha's
Well,
goal was
well,
crazy.
Great goal by Cunha today. Yeah.
Need to be
Cunha's
fair
goal
on when
was
we say bad.
fantastic, and you guys fell
That guy's
fell
going-
asleep in that
that
second
guy's
half.
going
I don't think you
places.
guys were that
I heard
good.
he matched Neto's goal tally like of all time.
Probably
or
Neto
something
never
like
really
that.
scored that many goals.
Probably.
So listen, you know, first and foremost, championship teams, they have bad games and they win them. Like Real Madrid have done it. They've won a Champions League against me doing it. Manchester City have done it. This was just
No.
one of those things.
I know. I don't really. No offense, but I don't need a history lesson. Do you think that the performance?
I'm getting into the
Yeah.
game. I'm
think you-
getting into the game.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
like today's game, first half, we got a dodgy, jammy goal off of Luis Diaz's dick, and then he ended up getting a penalty, right?
What a comment.
We're up 2-0, whereas I don't even feel like we're up 2-0. Like the first half ended, and I'm like, holy shit, we're up 2-0 against this team. We're playing awful. Second half, we don't register a shot, not even a shot on target. We don't register a shot. Pathetic. But at the same time, listen, Cunha's goal, very well taken from outside the box, and Alisson made a one-on-one save, but he does that. I don't like that he was put in that position, but it was an amazing flick on. It went right in between Van Dijk and Kwanzaa, and of course, it takes a Kwanzaa clearance to ensure the 3 points. Now, to me, the biggest problem that I see with Liverpool right now over the last 2 games is the midfield. I'm not going to do this bullshit with talking about the front line or the back line. Everything about football is in the midfield. Our midfield has been getting outworked and overloaded over the last 2 games, which is resulting in a lack of output, even though we've still scored 2 goals in both those games. Everton, that's in the past. We're not going to sit here and talk about Michael Oliver. But ultimately, today was just a matter of the midfield not being on it again. Just lethargic, slow, but we still scored twice. We only conceded once. Endo came on. He did his job. Outside of those 2 opportunities, Wolves didn't really present a whole lot. They're not exactly a good team. They're in, 16th? They're just outside of relegation. No,
I think
17th. 17th.
Yeah.
17th. They're 2 points out of the relegation zone. But, I'm not going to hyper analyze too much. I will say, though, I had to go into Microsoft Paint because on Mo Salah's offside goal, they didn't draw the lines. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I have a newfound respect for these referees. It took me 5 fucking minutes to get those lines to be right. Okay? It took me 5 minutes on Microsoft Paint to figure it out. I understand why these things take so long now. I truly do. He was offside, but like it from the naked eye, I'm like, bro, how did you not shaking? How did you not draw the line there? I just don't understand. But listen, regardless, Diogo Jota, like, I mean, I'm 7 points top, but I have so many problems. Like, Jota was supposed to be this guy where it's like he's your 9, right? And then he gets into the box. He takes a touch. It's too heavy. So what does he do? He dives rather than going to the ball and trying to fucking put it in the back. It's the same thing as Newcastle last season. It's like the identical play, except that he was given the penalty then and he wasn't given the penalty now because he actually didn't touch him. But my other striker, Darwin Núñez, we don't need to fucking go over the same shit. Luis Diaz was actually good today. Cody Gakpo was missed. Curtis Jones was missed. Mo Salah, listen, when you don't register a shot in the second half, I'm not looking at the forward line. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not blaming Mo or Darwin or Diogo or Luis Diaz for not registering a shot because that means that the midfield was incapable of creating space for a striker to get into a position to take a shot. Like, the first thing that you always have to look at when people say that Mo ghosts, okay, ask yourself why. Why did Mo ghost? Okay, he didn't see the ball. Why didn't he see the ball? Because we couldn't get past their midfield. Why couldn't we get past their midfield? XYZ. It's like when we finger point to Robertson because Robertson gets done dirty. It's like, yeah, Their winger is faster than him, and we've been playing U-ball for 20 minutes. We're bound to fucking make a mistake if Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Andrew Robertson have 900% more touches than everyone else. It's going to happen. Eventually, you're going to make a mistake. So midfield needs to shore up. We got the 3 points. That's all that matters. Villa don't want to play this game. They've already protested and asked to move it. They're riddled with injuries. They just drew 1-1 with Ipswich Town, who went down to 10 men.
Axel Nation.
So, you know, I'm hoping that it doesn't turn into a pattern. I do feel like if the Everton game had finished 2-1, everyone's opinions on this would be completely different. And it's really like that thin of a razor margin. But you know, just gotta shore up and move on. The performances don't matter too much at this point in the season. There's 13 games left. We can finish on a maximum of 99. Arsenal can finish on a maximum of 92, and we have to play you. So, you know, even if I draw that game, that turns into 12, which again thins the margin. Like, to me, I would rather win these next 4 games and make it that you have to make up a 7-point difference in 9 while also beating me than have to worry about, you know, the later on in the season. I just want to get through the next 4 weeks. We only have 1 Premier League game in March, and just keep it moving.
Only 1 game in March?
We only have 1 Premier League game in March. Liverpool only plays Southampton in March. And then April, also, I did this. People were saying that Liverpool have a harder run-in than Arsenal. I would actually argue the opposite, because we play Everton at home, we play Fulham, we play Leicester, we play some other poor team and some other poor team. Arsenal play a bogey team in Fulham. Arsenal play Ipswich, who will most likely be fighting for a relegation spot. They'll play Everton. Essentially, it's a bunch of poor teams. And where do Arsenal fuck up? Against poor teams. So
I don't think we lose to Ipswich. I don't think we lose to Ipswich, but good.
Like, you guys have won it already. Like, I think
that's
in my opinion, it would take a massive drop off. Like we would need a couple of injuries, and then I don't know, maybe like the team bus to just like stop working, so you guys might have to forfeit a few games, so because you couldn't make it. But like, there's no way that I see Liverpool dropping from where they are right now until the end of the season. Like, that would be a historic kind of
9 wins and it's done. Not if we win 9 games and we draw to Arsenal, it's mathematically done.
Yeah.
When do we play you? We play you in May, right?
It's the third to last game of the season. And
God, there's a chance we're gonna have to give you an honor guard.
Well, remember, you know,
do teams have to do that, or is that optional?
Yes,
they have to do that.
You have to.
What do you mean, bro? What? Show some respect, man. They're the champions, bro. What do you?
Hey, look, bro. This is not the 5th grade. Show some fucking respect.
Okay, then don't ask someone from Barcelona, then, innit? Don't ask someone from Barcelona when you win the league. Don't ask someone from Barcelona when you win the league, then.
Hold on. I would take the fine if I was the owner. I'm not giving you no guard of honor, no fucking clapping for the trophy that you guys won. Get out of here, bro.
Also,
I would rather die.
Crazy stat of the day. Mo Salah has the same amount of GA this season in the Premier League, 25 games, than Luis Diaz does in 91 games as a Liverpool player.
Jeez.
And I'm still 7 points top. Like, that's the crazy thing, bro. Like, as a Liverpool fan, I'm sitting here saying,
this is why Salah's washed, man.
I need a DM. I need a left back. I need a left winger, and my right back already signed with Madrid. So, like, I'm 7 points clear, and my mentality is I need 4 players.
Wait, so Daz,
my bad, 5 players, a striker. I totally forgot.
Wait, so Daz, do you think that Mo Salah right now, right? Obviously, I think the Champions League still is going to play a big factor, and maybe the Club World Cup. If
he wins the Prem, Ballon d'Or. If he wins the Prem and he keeps on this pace, Ballon d'Or. Because now he's on pace.
Do you think that the Prem is enough?
I don't think so, man. He ain't getting a Ballon d'Or.
I think it's fair.
Your mic is really hot.
Do you also need the UCL as well, Daz, or you think just the Prem should be enough?
Will, here we go. Ready? Right now, Mohamed Salah is on 23 goals, 14 assists. Based on this pace, he is set to have a 30-20 season, which has never been done before in the Premier League. No one has scored 30 goals and had 20 assists, right? Plus, he would be winning his 2nd Premier League title. I think that breaking a record, getting to possibly close to 190 all-time goals, and, you know, having over 20 assists, which wouldn't that pass Henry if he got 21? But regardless, he's breaking a record and winning a Premier League. I personally think that that's enough, and I don't think that anyone else in Europe has done enough. Like, you're going to give it to Vinicius, but they don't win the Champions League, or you're going to give it to Rafinha and they don't win the Champions League. I don't know. I just think he's been too impressive in the Premier League, but he has to win one of them. He has to win the Champions League or the Premier League. It doesn't matter what records he breaks. He could finish on 50-30 in the Prem. If he doesn't win a major trophy, he's not getting it.
I'll be real, man. Listen, man. Salah, man. Just tell him, man. You're not getting a Ballon d'Or, bro. Give it up, man.
Nah,
I think he has a strong case.
Ahmed,
I think he has a strong case to get it.
Because
is that a Premier League case?
But as of right now, you would have to say that Salah is the number one favorite, right?
You can say he's like one of the best players right now in the world currently.
What does he do though?
The amount that he's scoring.
I don't really see him do that much, man.
What does he do?
Output.
What does he do?
Don't bite, Daz. Don't do it.
You could ask Mike right here, like how many?
In jail
What's his like goal contribution? It's probably more than 70%. It's probably more than that.
It's
probably
close.
around 60 to 70%, which is still insane for
It
one.
feels like
player.
he's a bit of a pen merchant, man. These days, all I see him really score is like pens.
I know what you're
Someone
doing.
said
I
that.
know what you're
Someone
doing,
said
and I'm
that.
not,
Someone said that.
and I'm not gonna bite.
I'm surprised they didn't bring up
because he has 14
conversation.
assists. He has 14 assists. Like, you could say that if he only had 23 goals, and that was
5-yard passes, man.
23
5-yard
goals.
passes.
Oh, you're right.
So then, when does this contract get done? What the fuck is the club waiting for? Like, when does the deal get done?
I'm
This
telling
is
you,
actually crazy that he still has not signed a new contract.
I'm telling you, what I believe is happening is Liverpool are waiting for the fiscal year to end. I think that is the most logical explanation, because that has fiscal. Like the fiscal
year.
The business year ends on March 31st and begins on April 1st.
Yeah.
If we were to announce the contracts on April 1st, the tax differential is significant. Like, from a fiscal financial standpoint, talking about the most penny pinching club coming from a cultural penny pincher, that makes the most sense, right? You need to do it then. And that's also like, that's the only logical explanation as to why they would be doing it. And also, if there was real strife going on, I feel like I would see a dip in Virgil's mentality, in Mo's mentality, but I'm not seeing that. The only person I'm seeing a dip in mentality from is Trent. And I think that that's because he's dealing with his own issues. And whether he has one foot out the door or not,
he has one foot in, in Spain, just like
yeah, but you know, I just want to come back to Wolves thing. Madueke got a hat trick at Wolves, scored a goal at Wolves.
Oh god, here we go.
Certain guys.
Here we go.
Even do that.
Bro.
This is why we need it. This is why Ahmed's here. He's actually running agendas. I like this.
If you want me to talk down to you, I will talk down to you. I'm trying to be respectful, but I can barely fucking hear you over the 17 points between us. Okay, so do me a favor, pipe down.
Guys, that doesn't make you nervous.
He almost made him fix his mic.
I hear like what you're saying, right? In terms of like the fiscal year and like why you think that maybe they're waiting to announce it or why they're waiting to get it done. But that doesn't make you nervous though, like a little bit. And this is not
of course,
not even about Trent. Like, let's not even because I don't want it to go to that. But
Trent is the least important.
Like Van Dijk and like Salah, like that doesn't make you think that maybe there really isn't any progress. So do you think that it's more so like copium, like? In terms of that,
but what else do you want me to say, Will? Like, do you want me to say that?
But I'm saying, like,
that my two favorite best players are going to leave? Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I have no idea. But I'm in a title race, and I'm 7 points clear, and I'm just trying to enjoy that. Like,
fair.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I think it's like this should have been already figured out. Also, Arne Slot. Like, bro, Arne Slot's doing this without a fucking signing. Like, he doesn't even have the players that he wants. And he's only using like 15 of the players. There's a whole section of our team that he refuses to use unless injuries are forcing him to do it. Like, with the utilization alone, I already know there's going to be overhaul in the summer. Players are going to be leaving. Harvey Elliott's probably gone. Simicas is probably gone. Robertson will probably be gone. I don't know if Endo's going to be staying here. Nunez or Jota are what is 100% leaving. If we get the right price for Diaz, he'll go. Like, there's going to be a lot of change. I think that they will keep those two. Trent is really the one where I would say, I don't know, but I'm also conflicted because if this is what I'm getting from Trent, I understand what he could potentially be, but right now he's bang average. Like, this is the most bang average form of Trent I have ever seen. And I don't know if that's worth paying $300,000 a week. Not to mention, if I'm a Real Madrid fan and I'm saying, okay, I'm
Oh,
seeing
you're
how
out,
we're
RSM.
playing.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm
That's all I was
seeing how
saying.
we're playing.
My guy.
This
my
is
guy,
the
my
guy
guy.
that's supposed to unlock this team.
Free me, bro.
Like, come on. Like,
It's also just
we
leave
to
on
be
a good
objective.
note.
I
Leave
mean,
on a good
to be
note with the
fair,
fan base as well.
Exactly,
Like,
man. And this is
I
why
definitely
leave on a
this
good
is-
note. That's
Exactly,
really,
man.
it's really in.
Just give it your all, man. Listen, if this is
Yeah.
your last dance, bro, just give you. I actually agree with that, bro. But this
Look,
is why, man. Reed
I
James
hear
is
it.
clear of Trent again.
No.
We move.
Facts.
I
Big
hear it,
Reese,
bro.
bro.
Like,
Big
look.
Reese, bro. Big Reese.
I kind of do agree.
Whoa,
with
what do you mean by that, big man?
But
Don't
That
worry
is-
about it, bro.
I would
Like,
still
this
have that
version of
crazy
Trent
clear.
cannot excite you, Will. Like,
I would
this
still
version of
take
Trent.
Trent just so that
No
was very
shit.
clear.
You would take him because of the potential of what he could be. But looking at him as he's been this season, there's no way that a Real Madrid fan would honestly say, objectively, based on this season, I would be excited to put that player in my team.
That is facts. I can't
I
lie
don't
to you.
know,
That's
Yeah,
facts.
bro.
that's true.
I don't
There are
really have
certain
any right backs at the
performances.
moment.
You're
you know what,
underrating.
Daz?
Like
You're
Even
underrating
Daz-
the levels of
Daz, you know what I would
glaze
even
that
add?
Will can reach, bro.
You know what I would even say, Daz? Like a player of this sort of mentality that can't finish the season on a high note with his previous team. What's that say about his mentality when he comes to
No,
Real Madrid?
wait. But Ahmed,
That's what I'm
maybe
gonna
he
say.
wanted. Hold on, wait. But Ahmed, maybe he wanted the move in January because we did make a bid. The owners basically said no.
It doesn't matter. He's not being a
So
consummate
maybe
professional.
He's like, shit, like he wants, but he can't publicly come out and request.
Oh, but you know what it is,
That would
I mean,
ruin
bro.
his
It's like,
legacy.
bro,
He can't
he's in
do
a
that.
relationship he's trying to get out of, and there's a bad thing, calling him up, saying,
But
"Come
he- no,
over."
but-
You feel me? Like,
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. But
You know
but
what?
listen,
All
but he's
I'm
gonna
saying
be listen. He can be with the bad thing in 3 months' time, 4 months'
Hey,
time, bro. It
listen,
doesn't matter, bro.
You-
She's waiting
you
for him.
cannot-
She's
you
waiting
cannot
for him.
name you
We are waiting.
cannot
We are
name
waiting.
you cannot
Exactly.
name a single player who has
Keeping
left
off
my
the
club
screen.
since 2017 who even came close to the form that they had at my club.
Why'd you
You
use
can't
20
name one
Well,
because I'm
Why do you think?
using
that's when Coutinho left, right?
exactly. And
Don't worry,
Coutinho
though,
didn't do
Trent will
shit.
break that mold.
he didn't do
Don't worry,
shit.
don't
Yeah,
worry.
he didn't do
Mhm.
anything. To be honest.
Coutinho lost the league for Liverpool at City away. That's what he did.
Yeah.
All right,
Speaking of
Ferris.
City.
Ferris.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
but I mean, I'm sorry. Talking about
Speaking
Liverpool,
of
is just
City, I
like-
mean, we could talk about
it's,
City.
it's just a little boring right now because of Arsenal and the
I mean,
fact that there's not like a
Well, we're-
real.
I was going to say
we lost
TJ,
the league in October. Go ahead.
but I mean, TJ, you're 7 points away from it. You literally just said yourself, I don't know, Liverpool. You look pretty bad in that Wolves game. This is a relegation Wolves side, right?
They did.
And listen, I know odds are really against you guys. You don't have your prolific goal scorer in Kai Havertz in the side.
You're gonna pull the Twitter
Um,
shit. You're gonna pull the whole
bro,
fucking Twitter shit.
he is-
Marino,
I don't know about this Liverpool side.
Marino looked way better than Kai Havertz did in the 20
Yeah.
minutes that he was on the
I
pitch.
mean, listen,
I'm just
they
saying, his
drop
finishing
points.
was a
And
little
Liverpool,
flat.
this Liverpool side drop points to everyone.
Arteta cook? Question mark. Arteta cook.
Yeah, but controversially, Marshall. Controversial.
Yeah, no, sure. Say what you will.
Is this
but
gonna
it was going to
parlay
be
into a
9 points
question?
ahead. Now it's 7 points ahead. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
13 games to go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Marshall
Is
glazing
your, is your
Now,
no?
Marshall,
Is
don't
your
do this,
opinion
Marshall.
changing at all, TJ?
No, not at all.
You still don't think you have
Especially-
a chance at all?
Yeah, especially because look, what
What
I
are your
saw
next
at the
fun games?
Liverpool,
What
I
are
saw
your
a lot
games?
of bad things at Liverpool today. Like I saw
things.
Liverpool back off, let Wolves come onto them, pause, and they did not mark Cunha, who's their best player and was the only one in that Wolves team that was doing shit. Let's
And
be
it was
real.
a great strike, and it was a
And it was a
goal.
great strike. It was a great strike. But what scared me though, Mike, is how pissed off Arnie Slot looked. He was furious with how they performed in that second half, which I don't blame him. And that kind of makes me think, okay, well, the next person who plays Liverpool are probably going to get turned
And
over.
we got the win. And we got the
and
but the thing
you
is,
still
like,
got the win, and you get, so that just means the standards are up here. But
you
like,
can't
I'm not.
dominate every game, though, right? Like you can't have an amazing performance every.
No,
single game.
No,
absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. But he's, I'm going to say standards FC here, but you can tell that there are standards that were not met during that match, and he's going to be fucking ripping up chairs and making it into a tables, ladders, and chairs match in that locker room after that because he was pissed. He was pissed, dude. And I was just like, okay, well, the league is done anyway because if you look at how we performed against Leicester, our first half against Leicester was awful. We were against the relegation side. We weren't generating shit.
It was a
I'm
dead
looking
game.
at your face.
Raheem Sterling. We had
The
everybody
dream.
on the
Hold
side.
hold on, TJ. Hold on,
Go
TJ.
ahead.
I'm gonna pull one out of Lee Gunner's book.
Here we go.
Through game week 13, you guys were, I think, 9 points behind us. and in a certain time frame, I guess throughout the last 12 weeks, you've only gained 2 points. So if we were to go, if things were to just continue on this trajectory, Liverpool would win the league by 5 points. Like if it was the same shit over the last 13 weeks to the next 13 weeks, we win by 5 points, which means that we would win the league with a draw against Arsenal at home.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what it is, man. You know what it is, Marshall.
You're proving my point for me, Doss, and that's the thing. You look at the performances for Arsenal, and Arsenal need to have good performances, especially with the front three that we have.
Perfect. You can't drop points.
No, we cannot. No, we can't drop points, but we also have to worry. Jesus. Listen to my point before you interrupt me. I feel like I'm getting treated like Vader right now. I literally have been watching this team all season long, and I don't think the weak point is necessarily in the system. It's the people that he has trying to execute the game.
I have to disagree.
But no. I'm just.
Can I say why? Can I say why?
The more I look at it. Hold on. The more I look at it, our wingers have been underperforming. They've been absolute shit. Martinelli having one of the worst seasons of his career, and like it's beginning to look like 2002 or 22-23 was a flash in the pan for him. Trossard needs 70 minutes to warm up into a game. Like, this is why this guy cannot start. He needs to start. He needs to come off the bench. And Raheem Sterling is finished at the top tier.
Listen.
Yeah,
I can't have this conversation.
I
can't have this. I think for me,
Why'd you shake your head at Raheem Sterling?
Listen. Well, the reason why I have to say that is that, you know what? Since
Bro,
Raheem
you have to sign him at the end of the season.
No. Since Raheem has actually come to Arsenal, I don't feel like he's been given enough love.
Are we really gonna?
He's not been given enough love.
You want to give love?
My man,
listen, the fans have not loved them.
He's just going full delirium right now.
Yo, Ahmed, they're trying to win a league title, not give out love to players.
No. I'm talking about the fans, not the. Listen, the fans are not sharing enough love. You know what I mean? I feel like
let's not take the piss here. I certainly was. Well, I think you are.
No, you're
They're trying to give out love. Sheik, look, bro. They're trying to give out love. You feel me?
Yeah, come on, bro.
You feel me? Look at his hand. Wait, look at his hand. Look how he touches up on that.
First off, put that softest baby shit take in jail.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't worry, man. They can't lock me up forever. I'll be back.
Love does not win titles. Love does not get you $1 billion. Love does not equal success.
Exactly.
Toxicity does. Toxic obsession. You think Pep Guardiola, after he beat Sheffield 1-0 with an 88th minute Rodri goal, went back and said, "Good job, boys. Cheerio, pip, doodly-doo, 3 points. No, he eviscerated them. He made them all wish that they were never born. He made them all question their fucking manhood. And then they came out to the next game and they performed. Toxic leads to championships, not love.
I'm looking at Arsenal's next run of games, right? You got West Ham, definitely a winnable game for Arsenal. Nottingham Forest, I mean, you guys did beat them before. So I don't see why you can't do it again.
We're not. We're gonna draw. It's away. It's away from home.
And
how are they gonna score on Nottingham Forest?
And honestly, and Marshall, we are shit away at Nottingham Forest. Even when they were in the championship, they beat us at the community stadium.
We'll see. But you got United, and then you got us. Which DJ, I'll tell you right now, you're gonna beat us. You're gonna beat us. All right?
Oh no, we're gonna beat you. We
Fulham is your bogey.
You'll beat us as well. You'll beat us.
Fulham is a bogey. Everton, I can see you guys winning.
I actually
Brentford,
think
I can
that
see
West
a win.
Ham
Ipswich
is the hard game.
West Ham is a tough.
So?
West Ham and Nottingham Forest are tough for us.
West Ham fucked them 2 years
serious.
ago. West Ham 2-2 to Arsenal 2 seasons ago. Derailed everything at this same fucking point in the season.
And the thing is, West Ham, they have a very talented squad. It was just like Lopetegui tax, which is why they were.
How have they been doing? I haven't even been paying attention to them. How have they been doing under Graham Potter?
Shit,
better.
They haven't won a game.
They look more organized, but like they're still not doing, I think, what people expected them to, considering the summer window that they had. Like, because I think they're like fucking like 13th or something. Like in the Prem right now. So like their form's not been that good, but they do have a talented squad. Like that's just point is I'm trying to make. Like they can definitely hurt you. Like, so you shouldn't underestimate them either.
Well,
You're a
it's
top
not
manager.
even. I'm not worried about West Ham. I'm worried about my own players going in there and actually putting in a performance. You cannot depend on Raheem Sterling on the left and either Mikel Moreno or Trossard in the middle. You can't. If it wasn't for Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly, we would be in a top 4 race. We wouldn't even be talking about a title race.
That
We're
kid's a
depending on our
baller.
ALN boys. What?
He's a baller.
Ethan's a
Nwaneri's a
baller.
baller.
Nwaneri's an
God.
absolute baller, man.
Are you
Yo,
seeing
stop
the
looking.
talks
Stop
that people are
looking,
saying
bro.
that he's on the
Listen,
same level
the biggest
as a Lamine Yamal? Have you seen that, TJ?
What?
Okay, that's
People are
you
saying that Nwaneri is kind of on that same trajectory as a Lamine Yamal.
He's not as good as Lamine Yamal. I won't say that, but he is in the same. You will be talking about them in the same breath in 10 years. That's what I am willing to say.
Okay, I like
Definitely
that.
someone
I
to
like
keep an
that.
eye on for sure.
Dude, I mean, when
he's
you're
very good.
and he hit the bar twice, and that shot just outside of the box with his left foot that went off the right side crossbar.
Yeah.
Unfucking believable.
The cross
You
for
don't
Marino's
see
first
any
goal.
Arsenal. There's no other Arsenal player outside of Bukayo Saka that can make that shot. None. You'll never see Kai Havertz doing that. You'll never see Trossard doing that. You'll never see Martinelli doing that. I can go on and on and on. This kid is quality. And and if it wasn't for all the injuries, Arteta would have relegated him to the bench. And that's one of my biggest problems with Arteta is because
you'll sell him next
Odegaard
season.
was falling off, and when Saka was injured, Nwaneri did not go straight into the team. He was still either getting microwave minutes or getting put on the pitch when the game was already done. So that's one of my biggest things. You're not willing to realize what this kid brings to the pitch. He cooked Aston Villa in the second game of the season. He cooked them, and he still wasn't getting any minutes when Odegaard fell off.
Wait,
that's my problem.
Wait, so TJ, I did want to ask you about something that I saw. So Roberto Firmino, right? He's not having the best time at Al Ahly. Like, he's not been included in the second half.
I would take him.
Season. Yeah, okay.
Is that your question?
They're saying that that they might mutually terminate the contract. He could be a free agent. So like that could be a potential thing right there.
Bobby's
not linked to like
Arsenal.
Diego
Come on, man, we
Costa
need-
too. Like
Oh, he
Bobby's
always
not
used to
going to
score
Arsenal
against.
in the
He
middle-
would
in the
always
middle
score
of the
against
title
Arsenal
race.
too.
Bobby's not
Come
going
on, man.
to Arsenal in the middle of the title race.
But I think Bobby would just
Against
like to
Liverpool
maybe come
too?
back to
Yeah, I
that
don't
top
think he
team
would.
in the top
Bobby,
five.
Bobby is literally a club legend. Like we had a
Give
whole
the
fucking
dream a
ceremony for him.
chance, man. Give the dream a chance.
There was a
RSM,
whole
I hope somebody else
dedicated ceremony.
throws you in jail. You're
There's
Yeah,
a
I agree with
song.
that.
you're starting to
I don't
move
It's
think
the
he
on
most
would
it.
popular
join
song at the club. Si,
a rival
senor.
to Arsenal. Oh,
Give
sorry,
the ball
rival
to Bobby,
to
he will
Liverpool.
score.
Yeah.
People were singing that shit last season when he wasn't even fucking playing.
So you think if he goes to Arsenal, that just destroys his legacy?
I don't think that he's the kind of guy to do that.
I don't think
Okay, fair enough,
I don't
fair
think
enough,
it'll
fair enough.
happen. But if the question is, will we take him? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was asking for who was I asking? I was asking for Theo Walcott to come back. Like that's how desperate I am. right now.
God damn.
All right, I'm free now.
Wait,
Bro,
wait,
pull
Not
wait,
gonna lie,
wait.
Theo Walcott is
Wait,
literally
TJ,
private
TJ, wait,
crazy.
TJ, did you consider William, bro? One last.
Theo Walcott derailed the title race too.
William.
I remember
Dude,
Theo
I have-
Walcott.
I have
seasons
enough
ago
garbage.
What about
derailed.
Willian on the free? You had Willian on the free
That's
available.
what I'm saying. William
Did you
under
even
free,
take him?
bro.
Bro.
And Willian,
Yeah.
listen, we
Dude,
can hate
my
on Willian,
hairline
but his
with
time at
Willian
Fulham
playing
was
on the
good.
wing for me went all the way back here. I used to have a
Dang.
hairline right here.
TJ
No, I
said he
have a
got the
five head.
inverted
Thank you.
wingers, bro. He got the inverted wingers.
Bro.
He got the McDonald's hairline. Damn.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Oh
I'm
my
telling you,
God,
my wingers
Nah,
are going to make me bald.
I'll be honest, yeah.
Dead
Listen,
bald.
Martinelli is not even playing right now, which is I think
No.
a benefit to you, which is already a benefit to you at the end of the day. But Nwaneri, I think he's a good player. I think he's getting a bit too overhyped, but he's definitely a quality player at the end of the day. I agree.
If you're saying he's
How's
overhyped,
he getting
you're not watching
overhyped though,
Arsenal.
Ahmed?
He's getting a
How,
bit too
Ahmed?
much juice
He's
on
not
it because like
overhyped.
he's getting a bit
Wait,
too much.
Ahmed,
You know what?
explain.
I mean, like in terms of like, the Lamine Yamal level, I'm like, okay, come on, guys. I'm talking about in regards to that, but I think he's definitely a quality player, and I think he's a great addition. Once not Sterling comes back, but when Saka comes back, you've now got actual adequate replacement for him on the right wing, right? But you've also got a guy now that can also create. That's not
but
Odegaard.
you can't rush
He always
Saka.
go back for Welbeck.
No, but I mean,
No,
I'm
shut
talking
Saka down
about
for the rest of
Dust.
the
No,
season.
I'm not saying lock him down. I'm saying for the long term. This is me speaking about the medium to long term now. You've actually got someone to be a backup for him. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
this is me
Saka's
talking.
probably not going to come back.
He's not coming back this season, by the way. Saka's not
Yeah,
coming back.
he shouldn't.
No.
And even if they say he could play for his
Yeah,
own,
don't
because
play
if he were to come
No,
back and
there's no way.
could you
Now
imagine
Diego
if he came
Costa.
back? got hurt again, and then missed all of next season, and you lost the title. Holy fuck, the levels.
And there's no
Yeah,
point.
But
There's
TJ,
literally
bro, why
zero
wouldn't you
point.
take
Liverpool
Costa?
are like 2 or 3 games away from winning the league. There's no point bringing back Bukayo Saka.
TJ, why are you not bringing back Costa, bro? Though, like Costa, I actually think could happen with
Bring
you,
him
bro.
back. Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal. There would be no point for them to bring
Why not
back
bring?
Bukayo Saka.
I'm talking about Diego Costa though. Like Diego Costa, actually good striker of the ball. You guys already create. No, but the team already creates for striking Havertz.
You're such a troll, bro.
But
I'm not a troll for it.
I'm
This is me thinking logically.
I'm not even going to dignify it with a response, to be honest.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because Arteta would not be able to manage him. No.
Well,
Then that's his fault, isn't it? That means he's a dead manager. If you can't handle egos. Okay, fair enough then. So we agree.
We've known this. We've known this since he shipped Aubameyang. This is not new news. Like if he doesn't fit into the system, or he has an attitude, or he has a free flowing, or anybody has a free flowing thought that falls outside of Arteta's system, he's gone. That's why we're never going to see Alexander Isak. We were talking about this during the show earlier today. Alexander Isak needs freedom to do what he does. He does not fit into Arteta's system, which is why I don't think he will ever come to Arsenal.
I think that he ends up at Barcelona.
Come on, guys. Come on.
I think that he ends up at Barca in the summer.
I think Sesko would work in your system anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think Sesko's already decent enough for you guys to make it happen.
Yeah, Sesko could work.
But I don't think that Sesko has the technical level to play for Arsenal.
Yeah, I know, because Sesko's a power shot plus. That's what he does. Power shot plus.
Yeah. Power shot plus.
We're using FIFA terms now? Jesus.
For him, specifically, I have to. But Das, for him, Das, I can't lie to you, Das, bro. The best way to
He's
describe
got 85 physicality and 86 shooting.
No. I'll be real. When it comes to Sesko, that's just the best way to describe, bro. You have to use a FIFA term for him because, like, that's the way he plays.
Bro, the developers of EAFC saw Sesko and you're like, we should make a power plus like.
Because, like, no, anytime I've seen Sesko score a goal, by the way, it's just got too much vim on it. It's just a power shot, bro. He doesn't even. I've not seen a finesse from him. I've not seen. Literally, it's either a tap in or the super power, bro. That's it. Like, that's it. Like,
I thought that he was just more so like a pace and power kind of player. Just like that's just it.
I mean,
yeah. So basically, Mbappe. Yeah, fair enough.
Like he's tall. Like he's okay. I mean,
basically,
Mbappe has some tech to him now. Come on.
Mbappe ain't got a dual package, man. Let's be real.
Are you kidding me?
Be respectful, man. Be respectful to the goats that have dual packages, please.
Aside from maybe Cole Palmer, Mbappe might be your most technical player at Chelsea.
Mbappe
that's Chelsea? Not that Sancho probably is more technical.
No, he's not, bro. No, he's not.
No, he's not. Oh, yo,
Mbappe,
Mbappe is many things. When that pace runs out, is spooky hours for that brother. That's all we're gonna say, bro. We will be there. We will.
Yeah, shut up real quick. Big up Sarcasm City for the raid. Big up Flawless every single time.
We don't care for us, man. We don't care for us.
If you guys are coming in, smash a like, smash a sub. This is American Waffle. We're gonna wrap up soon, but this is your favorite show that you've never heard of. So go and subscribe to the channel right away. Okay, sorry about that, Ahmed. You were waffling about something.
No, it was nothing. There's no waffling here. It's not really any waffling here, man. You know, listen. Your team's not.
You just said you just said Ethan Nwaneri is getting overrated. Like what?
Yeah, I was talking about in terms of like
only has the basic finesse shot.
No. I was saying he ain't got the Lamine Yamal credentials. I was in terms of Lamine Yamal. That's all I said.
So he also hasn't gotten the opportunities that Lamine Yamal has gotten.
No, but like again, you can say that, but at the end of the day, I just think it's a bit unfair for us to be comparing him to another guy that's actually.
I agree.
I agree that it's premature to be doing that. But again, like I said, I think in 5-6 years we're going to be talking about them in the same breath. I'm dead serious.
Don't worry, man. We say that about a lot of. We say listen. We say that. Yeah. We say that about
home to Brighton or something.
We say that about a lot of young kids, and look how they all turn out.
Dude, Arteta might sell him.
Look what happened to Emile Smith Rowe. He's at
exactly.
Mason Mount. Look at Mason Mount. We said that about Mason Mount. Wait, look what he turned out to be.
Look at Levi Colwill.
Conor Gallagher is another one.
I can't believe you said Mason Mount.
Wait, but that was injuries though.
Look at our boy Cole Palmer. Palmer, he's gone cold.
You're not wrong.
Even Harvey Elliott. I remember. Listen, I know Das knows the hype about Harvey Elliott that he used to get, bro. And look at where he is at now. Barely gets any minutes for Liverpool. Don't really hear about him that much.
You want to know why? Because he just doesn't. Because he doesn't work defensively. Like every single midfielder who plays for Liverpool this season has defensive work rate. Curtis Jones has defensive work rate. Endo, McAllister, Gravenberch, Soboslai, right? Even McConnell has defensive work rate. Harvey Elliott doesn't. And what's the number one requirement of Arnie Slot? You have to play offense and defense in midfield. No exceptions.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, boys. Listen, at the end of the day, boys, man, listen, yeah. A lot of these young guns at the end of the day, they don't make it. They don't make it hood. They don't make it hood, man. Exactly, man. The game's the game. That's how the cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? That's how you slice the pie. There we go.
Just to close out, though, I gotta ask: are we buying into
that's how the story goes?
Are we buying into the Marmouche?
That's how the story goes,
dude.
The what?
The Marmouche.
He is a baller.
He's a baller.
I think he's a good player.
Why is it always these Egyptian attackers always getting overhyped? Salah overhyped, Marmouche overhyped. Only these guys, bro.
What is it with you and overhyped?
Listen, these North African players, man. Listen, they're getting too much juice on them.
Marshall, they've never dealt with Ahmed in a game. They don't know.
I can't believe you're talking about overhyped.
Listen, represented in the Premier League.
Why are you falling for this?
Listen, my East African brother, Isak, man. Listen, that's real hype. Why are we not hyping him up more than those two?
He's gonna be.
This guy rates Madueke.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You can't be sitting here talking about overhyped when you talk about.
I remember, listen, Joe Cole, right now be a generational player, bro. Shout out to my guy Joe Cole, man. He'll be generational if he starts playing this era because these wingers be hyping up, bro. PMP merchants, no dribble packages. I'm not seeing the technicality anywhere.
He's talking about his
dribble package is killing me, man.
You know what I mean? Mbappe, no dribble package. No, you know what I mean?
I see what's going on.
Where's the 5-star weak foot, man?
I see what's going on here.
He's got skill at plus.
Dribble package. So wait, you want to see a player? Ahmed, you want to see a player do like a couple of nutmegs in a game and that's it? You're happy with the performance?
I need to be seeing the complete thing. I need to see the dribble. I need to see. You know what it is? Let me give you that.
Ahmed is generational.
Let me give you.
Ahmed is so
generational.
Like,
Waffle.
He does this every time.
It's
every time, bro.
We're all tired. Marmouche is a baller.
Rude legs.
But listen, Marmouche is an absolute baller. But if Savio can figure out how to fucking finish, that dude is going to be absolutely
You're seeing the light does. Yes.
Absolutely disgusting. If he learns how to finish. But Marmouche, listen, guys, Newcastle away from home this season, dog shit, right? Excellent hat trick, but like let's not just like throw our toys out the pram. Newcastle have gotten beaten by shit teams away from home. They are not a good away side. And Marmouche took advantage of his opportunities. I wanted him at Liverpool. It sucks dick that he's at City. Hopefully he fucking fails because of that. But right now it's not looking like he's going to. So it blows.
We're gonna see the Egyptian battle this weekend.
I'll be honest, man. This is a dead battle, man. Marmouche versus this fella, man. Nothing there, man. No juice, no aura, no je ne sais quoi. You know what I mean? No Biddies and Hilling.
No dribble package, yeah.
You know what I mean? This is like watching. Let me give you that for my American fellas, yeah. Let me give you an American example.
He only has 83 shot power.
You know what I mean? This is like watching. This is like watching Shaq versus Yao Ming. No, nothing's there, bro. There's dunks. You know what I mean? What am I watching? Nothing's there, man.
Shaq, bro.
Nothing's there. You just said
nothing is there with Shaq and Yao Ming. Yo, I'm gonna take the mic away from
you. Yo, like mind you, this is American Waffle, and the Englishman does not know ball. It's crazy.
The English,
like, how are you guys? No, but the fact that y'all fell for the
bait, they don't know the Bridge Nation. They don't know the Bridge Nation.
They don't know the Bridge Nation. They don't know. They don't know the Bridge Nation, bro.
Listen, you know what, man? I'm meant to stick to cricket, man. Let's start sticking to cricket. There you go.
Thank you,
That's crazy, bro.
You're looking for a black man. Crazy, but we do.
Finish it with him in jail.
God, it was.
Give that brother life.
Dude.
Crazy.
No parole for you. No parole.
Big up to Flawless for the super chat. Oh my God.
I'll be honest though, I'm not convinced with City. I don't think they're back yet. We'll see.
Nah, they're back, bro. They're back.
I think they're back. I think they're back enough to where we won't have to worry about them like we were before.
Are you going to say that on Wednesday? Are you going to say that on Wednesday when you guys play them? Are they back?
I mean, I don't want to play them. I'm not looking forward to playing them right now.
Nah, hold up. You were not talking about all that chess and then that weak ass stuff.
Timer.
I don't want to play them.
You just won 3-2, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
You got a life sentence for what you just did. To be honest,
what I'm saying is, I just don't like. They're on some good form right now. Like after they beat Newcastle 4-0, I just drew 1-1 with some shit team. Fucking, I don't even. My head's going, bro. I don't
What,
even.
what,
know.
Osasuna, no?
Osasuna, yeah.
Osasuna.
Yeah, bro. Like we just drew 3
Shout
games.
out the refs, man. Shout out the refs,
Three
man.
games in the league in a row that we've not won. I'm just saying. Everybody's making it seem like it's a foregone conclusion that we're gonna just slap them up at the Bernabeu. We're not that good. So
I mean, well, you better hope.
You
want my back line?
You don't have to win. That's the
I
thing.
don't
You don't
want
have
you
to
to
win.
back
You
lines.
don't have to win the game.
I just want you guys. Yeah, I want it to be like a 1-0 to City and then extra time, and then win. Then
I don't want to see extra time.
I need extra time. Ensure 30 extra minutes of play.
Let's just get it done in 90 minutes.
I need that.
Please.
In fact, I want penalties. I want the maximum amount of stress inflicted on City so that it's easier for me to win this league, and they need to beat you, but they need to do it at all costs. So
funny enough, God,
it's gonna be the scummiest draw ever after we talk about it.
I think Man City beat Liverpool on Sunday. I'm calling it from today. I don't even need to see what happens.
That's because you're a bitch. We're fucking.
Yo,
I just got a feeling they'll lose to us, and then they'll beat you to make up for it.
They're gonna beat you, and then they're gonna be so exhausted they're gonna get their shit kicked in.
Lord.
Hey, what if they beat you both? Hold up, and what if they beat you both?
That'd be insane.
Bro, it's impossible.
Hey, what if they beat you both?
Then both of us have our thumbs up our ass. What do you want? I don't know.
Hey, look, well,
and 4 points when you get TJ Hope.
If they beat us,
Carlo
No, hold up. If they beat you, and then Carlo's still in, then like, bro, it's about to be a great season. I ain't gonna lie.
But everyone, just remember, Wednesday's game makes a game in hand for Arsenal. So technically, if we beat Villa, we go 10 points clear. So if we were to lose the City, it would be 7.
Is Nottingham Forest Arsenal's next game?
No, West Ham.
No, West Ham. Yeah.
West Ham, okay.
But they don't play midweek. Liverpool are playing 3 straight Wednesdays. I don't know why we're playing Villa this Wednesday. I don't even know who else is.
Is this the part of the stream where you complain about the schedule?
Fuck no, I'm winning the league regardless, and I'm going to win the Champions League. Suck it.
All right, let's not get carried away now. Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, let's not get carried. Let's not get carried away. But we can't start wrapping this up. Big up Mina every single time.
We have 2 minutes and 25 seconds to wrap it up.
2 minutes and 25 seconds to wrap it up because that way Ahmed actually gets a life sentence.
Let's talk about how shit Madueke is. And Barcola. This guy's an absolute.
We already went over Madueke. We already.
All right. Well, look. Okay. Well, then.
No. One thing's in the discussion to be had, bro. Nobody's arguing with you.
No.
Hey guys, let's discuss how water is wet. Okay, thank you. Great insight.
No, that's the point because Ahmed rates him super highly.
Thank you, Flawless.
Bro, he doesn't. He just does it to troll, and people believe him. That's what I'm saying. He's elite. Everybody believes his takes.
Barcola?
No, bro, I'm not talking about Barcola, man. He thinks Barcola's okay, but like he overhypes it because he knows it pisses people off.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll tell you, he's elite, bro. He's so elite at it. Every stream he's on, he does this shit, man.
Yeah, I'm hold that.
I mean, he didn't trigger anybody. That was like a cool 2 out of 10.
I can't lie though. Every time he was killing me, every time he kept saying fucking dribble package, stop, bro.
See, and this is so I have to let's bring it to this. It's gonna be a little bit away from the football, but I guess we need to air our dirty laundry here. Do we need to cancel Ahmed's visa? That's my question.
We have 60 seconds to decide. I think we excommunicate him and we pull a straight up Brexit. Ahmed, you've been banished.
Straight up Brexit.
Straight up.
Oh,
your passport has been denied. Please reapply in 6 years.
Flawless. You got like before you should have heard him before you redirected. He was nuts. Go back 10 minutes before you redirected.
Yo, package hype.
I'm actually stressed out about what I heard. I'm actually stressed out. Like Ahmed, you're a good guy, but holy shit, that was brutal.
No, we're not going to soften the blow. It was dog shit. Total other.
And the worst part is they're smiling
on toast. It was unseasoned beef. It was plain fucking mashed potatoes. It was dog shit.
It was
fried eels. It was fried eels. It was not Bosch.
So basically,
fried eels.
It was an average like UK meal. It's probably what Ahmed had.
Average.
fucking.
Hey, right, we got 8
tuna on a baked
seconds. We got 8
potato,
seconds.
like,
We need to
ugh.
make this a life
We
sentence.
got 8 seconds. All right, peace out, y'all.
Yeah,
Have a
we
good
can't
one.
allow this peace. Peace.
Peace.
Life in
Peace.
prison. Brexit.
Life in prison.
You don't have the answers, DJ.
Do you have the answer?
You don't have the answers.
Tony, do you have the answer?
You don't have the answers.
You don't have
DJ.
the answer
You
either.
don't have the answer.